Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to King's Campaign, The Signs. Where we last left off, the heroes were in the mighty city of Westershin, in the realm of Usanara. They have a couple of the members of the Black Circle, this evil, almost terrorist-like organization that they have locked up. However, they are prepared for the rest of the members to be seeking their boss once again and to free him. In the meantime, and while some were ill and sleeping in rooms, they went about on some side questy business, arriving in this old abandoned house, engaging in some crystallized golem seeking to find a music box from the owner of the Flaming Dragon Inn. They found the box, but also discovered upon a secret, possibly Dwerger lair underneath. There is a giant mechanical door that is the only way to enter this chamber. However, they only have one of the three hexagonal key-like devices. They can assume the other pieces are somewhere nearby, whether in the city or in the surrounding areas, although they're not quite sure just yet. After returning the music box, the keeper of the inn gave no inclination he was aware that it was a trap, so there are other messages hidden deep within. It also appears the Knight's Thirst is making their way into the city as well. They encountered one on their list of names to take out, Old Man Zetchek, who was in competition with another tavern owner in the city. Upon some realizations, they decide to head to the Knights of Justice headquarters, where the mightiest of adventurers set up shop, meeting up with apparently some old associates of the Goliath Barrett, although going by the name Vizindi yet again. Some of the knights were happy to see his return, while another was quite adamant that he not even be allowed in there. Though they updated the knights on what they should be looking out for, and security guard has been increased in the city. It is now early the next morning. Everyone should be well rested because you all went to sleep last time.
Yep.
And it is currently the next day. You are in the Flaming Dragon Inn, waking up in your now free hotel rooms. So it is a matter of, what do you guys want to do?
Well, I think what we talked about in the or we've been talking about quite a bit, is that we wanted today to be the day that we went and got the prisoner from the island and brought her back here.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to know one thing precisely. So I wasn't here last week because I ended up throwing up middle of the game. What level are we?
Still 6.
Level 6.
All right, fog.
You're feel free to boo him.
Boo!
And what was my situation? Did y'all just carry me?
Yeah,
yeah.
So when the combat started, you fell unconscious outside of the building we were in.
You were so startled you passed out. So.
Oh, good heavens!
Yeah.
When then King had to kind of like roleplay as you for like a couple things, because we needed your like magical like arcana.
I think my impersonation of you was really good. So
he basically just said your mom the whole time,
which is something Oatmeal would do. So
Yeah, it was pretty accurate.
yeah.
First of all, I've never just gone and said your mom the entire time, but my character is a little bitch, so it's good to be played by King. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm sorry.
Man, King's taking psychic damage today, not like it's any other day of my life.
How to defeat a DM. But no, thank you, King. Thank you.
Yeah.
Love you.
Note: kill off Oatmeal in the near future.
You've got basically everyone on the hit list now. Except
No,
for
yeah, I'm honestly not even gonna feel bad if any of you die. So I'm over it.
No, I can respect that.
Yeah, I'm just, yeah. I just gotta find a way to summon an ancient deity who has no regard for mortal life, and I can roleplay him just like that, so. Anyways.
Oh, how strange. We haven't met the BBAG yet.
Yo.
So you think. Anyways, King trying to be as unrevealing as possible. So, anyways, you guys are waking up. You're in the inn. What you doing? Start getting into it. Yeah. I'm not here.
Yeah, first things first. I would like to go down and get some breakfast. Get some good meal.
right. Certainly.
I thought this place didn't serve food.
Let me look at my notes.
Wait, that's right.
check.
Yeah.
This is just an inn. There is no food. You have to go to a tavern for that.
The Shark Tooth Tavern is where we got food the night prior.
Buddy the Orc works.
Damn, King, have
Dude,
some consistency in your story.
Okay,
What are you talking
that,
about? I double checked my notes, and that's
that reminds
correct.
me. That reminds me. We asked the Knights of Justice, obviously, to move them to the inn that we were staying in and have guards stationed there. Have they done that yet, or are they waiting on that?
They haven't done it just yet. No, they're you know there's a lot of formality and government BS that kind of goes on with them right now. So they're it's like putting in a request kind of thing.
Okay, I got you.
The system's, as you're starting to realize, a little different than what you predicted it might be. So
Makes
Gotcha.
sense. Makes sense. Okay, then yeah, let's just head over to the Sharktooth Cabin.
okay, while you guys are
Yeah.
doing that, I gotta double check this DM I sent to somebody that I'm not gonna name. You can suck it.
Is it me? Is it me?
Ahoy!
No, it's not.
not
Oh
you.
no, people are getting
Or maybe it
DMs.
is
It's
you.
crazy.
I don't see he's typing, so
It's me.
I'm crying.
No, I just had to
Shitting.
double check that I gave something a name that I was supposed to give a name. And I did, so we're good. No worries.
Okay.
Alright, so all of you travel. I'm assuming you're all going together because
Oh yeah.
No.
I
Yeah.
don't make me split the party already. Alright,
No,
so
no, no.
you head over. So, yes, Buddy the Orc is inside. He's got actually a little bit more business. You actually notice a couple Imperial soldiers are munching on his food as well. So you can assume, although he hasn't been transported yet, they have someone there keeping an eye on him.
Oh good shit.
As you guys walk in, he spots you. Welcome back, you guys. What can I get for you?
Ah, what will you have on your breakfast menu?
Well, we have some fresh hot porridge going on. Just made the batch myself, threw in a little bit of cinnamon spice. It's quite... The guards over there seem to be enjoying it. They haven't complained. Depends on what you're looking for. I could serve you a meaty steak again if you need protein, though I'm not sure that's much of a breakfast food.
I'll take the porridge. The porridge sounds wonderful. Thank you.
How much was the steak again? I forget.
I believe... I don't see... So sketchy, I don't know that off the top of my head, so let me look at my notes.
Why are
You
being
you
painted?
fuck.
Oh.
So I believe it was 3 silver. Yes.
And how much is the porridge?
It's just 1 silver. It's quite cheap here.
Oh nice.
Yeah.
I'll take a porridge.
Bjorn is feeling quite famished this morning, so he'll take some steak.
All right. And cough up the coin. He'll serve you within a few minutes. The porridge is just
Literally coughs it up.
yeah. Yeah. No. The porridge is easy. Just several heaping spoonfuls in a pretty big sized bowl, and he puts that in front of you. It's like a salad bowl kind of thing.
Oh lovely.
Yeah. And you can see the porridge is quite soft. It's like mashed potatoes, to relate it to something you'd better know the consistency of. It's very,
Yeah.
It's quite hot. You might have to blow on the first few spoonfuls of it, but it's not the most satisfying food, but it's enough to keep your belly warm and fill you up. So.
You know, I appreciate it. I'm just a typical human-sized man. Like, I'm not going to need too much.
And in front of each
Porridge
of
would be
you, he
wonderful.
puts a mug of coffee. Coffee's on the house tonight, boys, or today.
Oh, well, thank you.
I like that you're actually eating, you fatty.
I'm
Joyce
finishing
thinks-
up my lunch. Shut up.
Joysticks is
You
taking the
only one.
roleplay
I
a little
just
too
ordered
far.
Wingstop.
I actually have like McDonald's I'm eating right now.
I'm eating biscuits in front of me right now. Like, I've got some digestives in front of me. So I'm like, you know what? I might as well eat whilst we're eating in game.
I had French toast this morning, so I wouldn't need to eat it this time because I'm a professional. So
I'm eating lunch, King. What the fuck are you talking about?
Right, it's almost
fucking
8 p.m.
noon.
yeah,
I've
I
already
ate
had
2
dinner.
p.m.
I
over
ate
here.
at 10 in the morning, so I'm good.
I'm
What?
not. I got a big appetite.
Do you not eat 3 meals a day?
Usually, but if I have a big enough breakfast, yeah, I
Wait.
had 3 pieces of French toast
You
that I
ate
made
4
and
hours
3
ago?
bacon. Yeah, 4 hours isn't that long ago.
It's like
Yeah, it is.
every 3 hours I'm hungry again.
No, genuinely, that's how I am as well.
Well, that's because you guys are fat Americans, unlike me.
to be
who's
fair,
skinny American.
me, I would agree with that point.
I'm
Oatmeal,
also
not
a
so
skinny
much.
American. What are you talking about?
I don't know.
Excuse me,
I don't
Kieran.
believe it.
I am a large man.
Do you want me to turn my camera on? I'll show you.
No, I don't need to see your gloom and doom face. I'm good. So,
Wow.
Love his face.
I think my
Hey.
face is beautiful. Thank you.
Guys, only 39 to 44 minutes until my Wingstop gets here.
It's okay, Joysticks. I've heard your hair is very nice.
Thank you.
I heard it makes you look like a chick. I'm just kidding.
And ladies
knew-
like that. Fuck you.
Oh, yeah, the lesbians do.
You got more hair than they do.
Yeah.
Nice,
Oh my
Oatmeal.
God.
That was so clever.
Fuck's sake.
Anyways, you guys are munching. You feel free to talk something. You know, you drive this story.
Yeah. Bjorn is kind of wolfing down his good old steak. He kind of talks with his mouth full, and I'm not going to roleplay that because I don't have any more food.
Oh.
So let's talk about how we are going to get this prisoner back here. You said her cage was invisible, correct?
Yes. Well, we got a scroll the other day of disperse magic. I believe it's in my bag.
Dispel magic.
Dispel. Well, disperse and dispel, very similar words, if you ask me. Am I right, God? Can you not critique my vocabulary, you bastard?
Looks up and
Yeah, the guard
No,
is just
genuinely,
peering
like, as
over
I
our
was saying that,
shoulder.
I did look up at the ceiling.
There's now a third voice in his head. Yeah.
Fourth is God.
Your multi-classes into paladin.
God, the grammar police.
But yes, we have a scroll here for a spell that would be able to get rid of the invisibility, which is very helpful. It won't take us too long to find it, so what I'm thinking is we'll hire one of the ship crews down in the docks nearby, sail up, transport them back, and try and keep as many civilians away from the prisoner as we can. Get them to the keep of sorts that they're holding Kristoff in, and make sure they keep them separate.
Good idea. Did the Knights of Justice know that we're doing this? I seem to remember potentially bringing up the idea to Mazar, but other than
Yes.
that, I don't think we've talked to the rest of them.
I think that's a good idea. Before we leave, I would recommend you try and talk to Mazai if you can, see if we can actually get this going ahead, so we don't go and do this without any guarantees that we've actually got space for them.
Yes. I believe we can handle transporting her ourselves, but if we could have some guards waiting for us when we get back, that will make things a lot easier.
Even if it's just 2 additional people, that'll be more than anything.
Well, I suppose that takes care of that. Anything else we should try to get done before we leave?
Not that I can think of, but I would like to take a moment to talk to you fellas about something.
Alright.
So, I'm not even going to beat around the bush with this. You are all aware that there is something greatly wrong with me. You've all met myself, you've met Duncan, and you've even had some brief encounters with the other. Now, you might have already twigged on that there is something wrong with me and that it's all multiple personalities and whatnot, but I need to let you know right now. While myself and the other are aware of the situation, Duncan is not. And I would like to keep it that way. Yesterday when we were inside the house, you guys mentioned that you had met me. And while he thinks that I'm purely just a voice that's attached to his sword, I want to keep him as in the dark as I can.
I see. Well, apologize. I apologize for overstepping that boundary, but yes, I believe we can be more careful about that in the future. Agreed. Everyone else?
Agreed, but can I ask why you want to keep them in the dark?
I think that's a fair enough question, and I think it's worth noting. Duncan is what you would consider the original. He was the one who was born. He wasn't created. I was the first one to gain any kind of knowledge of it. I was born out of grief and trauma. I act as a way to keep Duncan's mind intact. If he understands that, that I am not just a voice that's attached to a sword that he thinks is just helping on his journey, but in fact I'm a part of him that actively takes control of his body, it's going to potentially open his mind up, and it might do more damage than I'm willing to admit.
Let's see. That could be quite the burden on the lad's mind. He doesn't seem to be one that can handle such stress, which I understand that's kind of what you are for. As for the other one, though, who is he exactly?
The other one goes by the name of Gabriel. You might have heard him mentioned once or twice, the tale that Duncan said yesterday about being arrested because of a Gabriel who looked remarkably like him, getting him locked up by accident. The event that transpired that caused this, I'm going to be honest, was, well, it's quite typical actually. It was just a standard brawl in a tavern. Duncan got caught in the middle of it, and before I could intervene and wake up after he was struck, Gabriel woke up in his place. When I realized there was another one, I had to make sure that the barriers were put in place and he couldn't interact with him. Gabriel was born in battle. He doesn't understand a lot of things, but he understands fighting, he understands murder, and he took his first life within 5 minutes of being created.
Do we have to worry about Gabriel's allegiance?
His allegiance, I'm not too sure, but him himself, maybe. He's greedy. I don't even know the best way to word it. Have you ever seen a bratty child think that they're owed something? Like they act out, they get greedy, they take what they want, they strike people just because they feel like they can. It's very much what he's like. In terms of mental capacity, he's definitely the youngest out of the three of us, but in terms of who he is, he's, due to the situation he was born in, he's a lot more ahead than I would like to assume.
Let's see. Well, thank you very much for being open with us, Max.
Considering what's at stake and the fact that I'm going to be staying with you guys a while, I figured it was about time. I just wanted to try and find the right time to do it because, well, telling it in front of people who don't exactly know us, like when I had the chance after meeting the general and, helping that trader, I didn't exactly want to say it in front of them because if they suddenly hear that, one of your companions has got not only an innocent man, a warrior, and a murderer all living inside one head, it doesn't exactly sound too good, and it might lead to more complications. So I wanted to wait until now, when I was in control, to share the truth.
No. We appreciate your honesty, and hopefully we won't have to worry about Gabriel in the future. But of course, I think now that you've made us aware, we can be more cautious.
I think that's for the best. I appreciate you all at least hearing me out on this. Well, it's not exactly something that was written and understood, if I'm going to be quite honest. I've read several texts over the years trying to figure this out, but it's all just come down to the fact that people are either crazy or people are speaking to gods. And last time I checked, I was neither.
Well, that'd be quite the twist if you were.
It would, I think. But enough about me. I think it's about time that we get a move on. Well, let's finish up our breakfast, of course, first. Don't want to be spending all our hard-earned silver and then not actually finishing our plate full, if you know what I mean.
All right, Kieran, take your inspiration die.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool.
So you guys are gonna.
Anything?
Yeah. Anybody else want to share with the class?
I think I got over my fear of fighting.
There you go.
Zagan is first. Oh god.
Oh, fucking hell. Anyone else got anything?
Can I roll history in regards to Kieran's thing, see if I've maybe read about it before?
Sure.
2 seconds. It's just D&D Beyond's being a bit slow.
It's always slow. It's like that slow neighbor that you don't want to make fun of, but you kind of have to because they're obnoxious.
See, I would say that I relate to that, but I think my neighbors relate to that more than I do.
Yeah.
It's probably opposite there.
The house across the street from mine is a home for the mentally disabled, so...
Oh.
Oh man, he got lucky.
Maybe end that sentence right there.
Yeah, maybe don't go any further than
Yeah.
that.
No, Steven's great.
There is no Steven. He's just made it up in his mind that there
I'm
is.
Steven.
Oatmeal's actually been in the home the whole time. He just thinks he works at a nuclear power plant.
I am
Yeah.
Steven.
He's been looking in the reflection of the window across the way. He thinks he lives next to
That
I
guy
look
looks
in the mirror,
crazy.
I
Wait a
hate
minute.
you.
All right,
Why
what'd you
is there
get?
a guy bashing his head against a window across the way? That's fucking weird. Ow, my head hurts.
Oh, jeez. All right, Sketchy, what'd you get?
I only got a 12.
Yeah, other than what he tells you, you don't really know much about, other than there have been cases of people having multiple personalities in their head.
Right, okay, cool.
I feel like back at this time, something like that would have been chalked up to like, possession of some sort. Exorcise the demons. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's why I put it down to like insanity or gods, because it was like, yeah, that's probably
And
the
then
best.
King comes in and speaks to all.
Oh my god, we've all got a
you're
separate
all
personality.
Yeah, now you're all crazy. Ha ha.
All right. Yeah, so I think we, as discussed, we'll probably finish up breakfast, go talk to Mizar about what our plans are, and yeah.
Sounds good.
All right. So as you guys finish up your food, you think Buddy, and the guards there just nod at you as you walk out. But as you head out, there's actually another guard standing there waiting for you. He's a young human male. You the adventurer group that came to visit us last night at the Knights of Justice headquarters.
That's correct.
You could tell he had to he was saying all that in one breath. He's like, you guys really need to get yourselves a name. Anyways, pardon the intrusion. However, a meeting with all of you has been requested by the knights. If you would please accompany me, this is most urgent.
Ah, well, that's very convenient. Let's head over.
Well, if it's been requested, we might as well.
Can't
So
exactly say no.
I'd feel very weird, wouldn't you?
he's already walking ahead into the crowd. You have to jog up to keep up with him. It doesn't take you all long to get there as you walk through the reception, the secretary receptionist, whatever you want to call the lady at the desk.
Stefania.
No, actually, it's a different one. It's a different woman. It's a young halfling woman. She nods at you as you're accompanied by a guard, so you don't need to punch in or anything.
They have workers right
have
here,
to,
and they swap people and workers out.
I have to bend down a little bit to do this, but I nudge Rizzler, and it's just like, hey, might want to talk to her after we're done here. Eh?
Hey guys, did you see that? I think she winked at me.
No, Asher, she blinked with both eyes. It wasn't just one.
No, I mean she's double into me.
Oh, jeez.
I winked. I double winked back at her.
As self-aware as his father. Okay, so
God damn it.
so
He can't learn how to social interaction with other people from that guy. All right.
Definitely not.
you are all actually taken. You're not taken to the meeting room you were in last time. You're actually taken further in. You're taken to a very serene place. It's actually quite interesting. Inside this headquarters, which seems all governmental and businessy, you're taken to an open area. There's no roof. The sun comes down. All the white pillars and marble flooring congregates through some paths here, but there's a lot of grass, a lot of flowers, some trees. It's all quite pristine. There's actually a very tall fountain that spurts fresh water in the center. And as you all walk in, there are... And let me look at my notes here to make sure everybody's here. Yeah, there are 4 notable figures of notable, 3 of which you've already encountered before. It is they are the Knights of Justice. And
check something real quick.
okay.
What the fuck is a water skin?
Right?
Oh,
It's a thing
It
for
carries water.
Yeah,
yeah,
there's
it's a thing
water.
for carrying water for drinking.
It's like a canteen, but canteens don't exist yet. So,
brilliant.
So
I
as
might
you
have to ask if I can steal some water.
So as you all walk in, they all take notice of you. Mizar, as you see, he approaches in his long, flowing yellow and gold robing and his tall, mighty steel staff. Welcome, friends. It is good to see you all in good health and to know you have all been enjoying your time in Westershen as much as you can. We have called this meeting here against some reluctance, but we all need to speak with you about where exactly we move forward with the Black Circle.
That's actually quite convenient, as we were going to come to talk to you about it ourselves.
Well, then, by all means, we invited you here. You are our guests. You can have the floor first.
Well, I believe that we may have spoken to you about this previously as like a sort of, plan. But as we've been staying in Westershen and taking care of some other business here, we thought it best if we return to the island, the abandoned isle where you are holding, the young tiefling and bringing her back here.
Yes, Muna, the only female in the Black Circle. She has quite the silver tongue on her. He thinks for a moment. You deem it best to bring her here and keep her locked up in Westershen, even though her boss is also in our care.
As I understand it, the location is unknown to hardly anyone except for the guards who are there to keep her alive. However, we cannot take the risk of her location being entirely secret. As we've seen before, the Black Circle has ways of getting information that none of us are even aware of, whether it's moles or through some sort of divination magic, we're not sure. But it's possible that they may know where she is. And while it's surely a risk keeping two Black Circle members in the same location, if we do keep them in the same place, that would leave the rest of the Black Circle to come and get them both at the same time, leaving them with less numbers and keeping two Black Circle members on our side to protect. We can focus all of our efforts on guarding them.
The only... What?
Sorry, I'm just gonna add basically what he says. If I do ask myself, I myself have some internal quarrels with this one. Is the entire reason of the imprisonment of the rest of the Black Circle members not to draw out Kristoff himself? Surely, now that we have Kristoff, the rest are like cannon fodder. Should we not kill him?
So the one human, the one you haven't met yet, he steps forward. He actually has tall red hair, and long golden earrings. He's in like battle armor, like he's always ready for a fight, apparently, even though the rest are dressed in more formal wear. I believe we have not formally met. My name is Harlequin. I am the other member of the Knights here. What?
Oh, Mr. J.
No, that's Mr. J over there.
Standing before you, we are all that remains of the Knights. Shut! I understand your reasoning there, Barrett, as I've been inclined your name now stands. However, the reasoning for the Black Circle's imprisonment was not only to lure out Kristoff, but to keep them all separated. For you see, there is something unnatural about the group. Not only are they a tight-knit bunch, however, something comes out of them when there's more than one. One Black Circle member on their own is surely no match for any one of us. He gestures to all the knights. However, the minute they start to come together, an unusual aura comes about them. They become much more dangerous, much more strategic. And yes, you could just say it is the skill of being teamed together. However, only knowing one another for a few short years, it wouldn't make them as dangerous as they become. No, I am under the belief that there is more to it than that. So our reasoning was not only to lure out the leader and keep them all separated, but it was to prevent each and one of them from coming together. So your suggestion, although noteworthy, I would be concerned that bringing two together could allow them themselves to escape, not even needing the others to come to their rescue. I don't think that's actually the truth. Imora, I know more about battle tactics than you do, sweetheart. I am sick of you calling me that. No. I like their idea. If we can keep them all under the same roof, then we have a better chance of defeating the rest when they come for them. Besides, they don't even know when near call is. Once we have 2 here, it means only 2 could come for them. And according to them, when they told me last, they were making some headway with reasoning with one of them. You can't honestly believe these idiots are going to be capable of taking down the Black Circle and reasoning with them. They have butchered countless.
I wouldn't say we're idiots, but
I mean, I would, but they haven't killed us yet, so.
but thank you, Miss J, for your
Who is Miss
for your
J?
support.
I like it's just because of the guy with the red hair. His name was like Harlequin.
Harlequin, yeah.
I don't
It sounds like
my
Harley
joke has to
Quinn,
get
who's
explained.
like associated with the Joker.
Oh, brawler.
Oh, Mr. J.
Okay.
If you,
Get your own jokes. You don't even understand the own joke you make.
if you doubt our story, you're more than welcome to talk to General Zygarius and Monaga. He was there to witness the entire thing.
Mazar kind of puts his hands down to make them all, like, stop arguing. Oh, I will not believe me. When I was there, I spoke to him, and he said, although you guys got off to a rough start, and you were a bit impulsive, nonetheless, you were noble warriors in battle, and you, even when given the chance to torture a man as darkly as Kristoff is, you gave him a chance to just explain himself and not unnecessarily get your hands dirty. For that, you have my respect. I am fully willing to give you at least a vote on these matters, though you are not of our ranks just yet. You just have to understand, we can't really just let you go off and do things willy-nilly. There is a system in place, and we were the original ones to keep the Black Circle imprisoned. Although I doubt Harlequin's stance on them coming together becoming much of a problem, the main thing now is to bait out the rest of the Black Circle and start executing them. Arguably, Barrett's idea is not a bad one. If we simply just execute Kristoff, he's the one behind it all. Although if we execute a different one, he could just apparently add more to the Black Circle again. With the leader gone, the rest of them would die, just like the head of a snake.
From what we understand of Kristoff, he does seem to be the one connected to this Dark King. So it's more than likely that he is the sole one that is connected and can be the one that pulls all the strings. That being said, after hearing him out, I'm not quite so sure that execution is the best, unless it comes down to this being the final, or what's the last resort.
I have a follow-up question. I think you're onto something, yes, but the comments, then thinking about it, I'm not entirely sure. Who was it that mentioned about the aura? Sorry.
Harlequin was the one saying that they're stronger together for different reasons.
Harlequin. You mentioned about an aura. Do you mean this rhetorically, or as in a genuine magical element whenever they are united?
It's hard to say myself, though from a distance, when I was just a new recruit on the battlefield, I saw the Black Circle, and from a distance, they seemed to, when they were together, they fought unusually ruthlessly, in the sense that their attacks were empowered by some sense. However, casting a detect magic on them when they were near one another didn't really bode anything. I have this, and although I'm the only one who seems to believe this, he says, kind of dirty glancing the rest, I have this feeling that if the Dark King, whatever it is, if it is real and not just madman speak, that the reason Kristoff wants them for specifically under his leisure is when they're connected, it's almost like a circuit being complete, or some kind of ritual to an extent that allows them all to grow stronger than they could as individuals. It's not teamwork. There's something more deep-rooted in their physical beings. Oh, I am sick and tired of this crap. All we need to do is find each of them and keep them separated. Then we could execute each of them or simply keep them all locked up. I don't know why we have to go through these discussions. They want to grab her, which I think is a mistake. I will send my own personal battalion there to keep an eye on Muna, and if any of those bastards come for them, they will be swiftly dealt with.
And how much layers of bureaucracy must you go through to that? We saw ourselves before even arriving here. Your men still aren't at their posts, probably signing documented person to person through security to security. I don't understand.
I also
But
have
anyway.
another question myself. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, Barry, but I also have a question as well. If you're so worried about, like, sending out a battalion and, like, this aura that keeps being spoken about, they already have two amongst their ranks. If they found where Muna is, and if this aura that keeps being spoken about actually exists, what's going to stop them from wiping out your battalion?
You dare question me! I understand your concerns, but I have no interest in answering them. I know what is best because I stand here, one of the most successful tacticians in this world. Oh, Nifat, we don't care about that. This isn't important. We need to figure out what is best to handle the situation. Mazar, you are too keen on these nobodies. They have a traitor amongst their ranks, and you dare to even take their input. Can we all just calm down real quick? This isn't getting us anywhere. Exactly, I see no reason to argue with them. They seem to be quite level-headed, unlike you, Nifat. Now you all stand against me? Believe me, if you are so concerned about all them coming together, then all we need to do is keep her on that damn island. Hell, I'd be keen to let the bitch rot away and die there, but you insist on feeding her, so I send my men to do so. I trust my men. I don't trust them. If you want her guarded and brought here, I will do it myself. I can go to the docks and demand it this instant. I don't need to step through any bullshit bureaucracy. Then why don't you do it instead of dictating it? Just go and do it. I will and I can. And he begins to storm off. Hold on, we haven't agreed on anything yet. We need to vote on this like all other matters. Besides, the council hasn't gotten their vote either. Fuck the council! They're a bunch of bureaucratic idiots! Yes, but they allow us to set up shop in the city, and we have to reason with them. They make the final decision, and they're the reasons we have control over the military anyway. Mazar has to readjust his bifocals. I'm sorry you all have to see us like this. He kind of looks at you, Barrett. As you know, we have, not been ourselves for the past couple of decades.
Do not dismiss his words. He's not exactly incorrect. The lack of judgment and lack of instantaneous action, well, it can lead to deaths and oversights. So, in that way, I have to credit Nifat, but at the same time, his actions are unjust. He does need to listen to his people. I do think there's more than meets the eye around this aura, especially the reason why I ask the most is the one they call Strongtar, the one that we managed to reason with the most. Well, I don't know about him. There's something off. He doesn't seem overall interested in the ideas behind the Dark King, but more so just his, I guess, his friendship with Kristoff. I don't see how he has some sort of part to play in any sort of rituals. It's odd to me.
I suppose you have a good point. The only one who actually wants to see this plan seen through is Kristoff. Other than what we've heard from our accounts, the rest only follow him due to some blinding loyalty. I'm not quite sure of it myself. Like you said, Mazar, head of the snake. If he is not there to reason with them, perhaps none of them would really follow anyone else. We don't even know if this Dark King thing is true or not. For all we know, it's simply Kristoff's desire to see the world burn.
I could offer a counterpoint to that. If what Kristoff says is to be true, there's no telling that Kristoff himself is not being manipulated by said Dark King. Even if we were to cut the head off of the snake, as it were, there's no telling that if the Dark King is truly something, he couldn't just find another vessel.
You're quite right.
Delaying the problem.
And that was my reasoning for keeping them all locked up until they just wasted away from old age. I have concerns that the same very much possibility could happen should the Dark King prove to be real or not. It is simply some fiendish folklore, because we have no visual or even theological proof of the being existing. However, if there is something here, like I said, I believe it could be true. If this being exists, he'll just find someone else to carry out his plans. At the very least, with Kristoff imprisoned and having some sense of loyalty to his own people, we can keep him here. And I hope lure them out and just capture the rest of them. This is all quite puzzling. Perhaps we should just take it to a vote. First things first, we need to bait the rest of them here. At least 2 members are on the loose and they are looking for their boss. However, I have no idea that they would risk coming here, knowing that Kristoff is imprisoned by all our soldiers, without bringing the rest of the team. So, speaking to the 5 of you, what is your vote on the matter of Muna? Going to her yourself and taking her?
Well, I believe
Well-
that the less numbers that they have, the more at an advantage we are. Despite the aura that you've talked about, we still would have them outnumbered.
Indeed.
We would. However, I believe that mainly we don't know enough yet. We need to do more research, find out more things about them. But for the here and now, I do believe that we should go and collect her.
I see.
I'm in agreement. I think we should go collect her, and when we come to bring her here, we should try and keep them as separated as possible. If this aura thing is real, and it's based on distance, the further away they are, the better chances we have of containing them.
I see. Well, as for the rest of you, they are seeking to go and handle the business for us. No political necessity required. What of the rest of you? I don't like it, but if you trust them, then so do I. They survived this long, and they've encountered those bastards multiple times. If they deem it best, perhaps we should have her brought here. However, I would be more keen to send our troops instead, much to Nephat's agreeing with him despite our reluctance. No offense to the 5 of you, but our troops can get there much quickly. Hell, I could have her teleported here in a moment's notice. I would rather the adventurers go. I trust them more than our system. Besides, whether we're signing paperwork or not, they'll get it done. They've already ran into her, and we know what they're capable of.
Well, how about this? I propose that we keep most of the troops here. I then also suggest that us, the adventuring group, I think I would propose that we bring Nefat with.
After all this, after disagreeing with me and condescending me, you actually want me to accompany you with my men.
The reason for your disagreements is exactly why I want you with us. I believe you bring in a unique oversight to something that, well, we might not always see. I believe that you'll be able to be special in this mission.
And if it gets you to trust us.
I'm
I
in agreement
don't
with the
know.
rest of them. Like, if it requires you if you would feel safer with your men joining, or at least doing this job themselves, having you and the rest of your forces backing us and, making sure we can actually get this done properly would be very beneficial.
Leave it to the traitor and his friends to have better insight on the matter than the lot of you. Very well. Vizindi, I will take you up on the offer. Me and my handful of my men will accompany all you to the desolate isle. We will apprehend Muna with her cage, and bring her here and take her to a specialized facility of my own making to keep her away from her boss. And anyone who disagrees with that can bring it up to the council, who can all kiss my drow ass. Mizar, what do you think? Oh, Nefat, you never cease to amaze with your punctuation, but very well, I am not opposed to this. You and the adventurers going together would bring me great comfort in the matter. I am not opposed to it either. Neither am I. Go with them. Just all of you come back in one piece with the prisoner now. Bye.
Should be easy enough.
That wasn't very funny. I didn't say that. I'm gonna...
Then it is settled. We are all in favor. The adventurers and Nefat will all go together. You will bring Muna here to Westershen, and I have a very important business meeting with the council to reason with them having 2 major criminals in their city. And he says, tugging on his shirt collar, now if you'll excuse me, I am in for a verbal beating, but there's nothing they can do to stop us. And so he makes his way off. I wish you all luck! And he walks off too. Lady Amora, she looks a bit troubled, but she says nothing. And he just gets, Nefat approaches all of you. Well, prepare yourselves. We set out in 1 hour. And he just walks out.
Wait,
Thank you for your
Nefat,
time, great knights.
thank you.
For what?
You're a strong man. Your words. I love your confidence. I want that.
Well, you choose the right men to follow. Perhaps one day you can be a mighty warrior yourself. Just, it's all in the bravado. And he kind of grins a little at that and walks off.
You should ask him if he does top G tutorial videos.
I fucking hate it.
You know,
Ask
actually,
him for a course.
on the subject of bravado, actually, who's your dad?
Huh?
Who's your
Like,
daddy?
No, I'm just thinking about this man talking about bravado and confidence and shit, and it's reminding me of some tales that the guy who essentially raised me spoke about back in his day. You kind of give us the same vibes that one of his friends did. Some fucking stupid, half-witted tabaxi who had the confidence of like 10 men.
I like how
I
you're
wouldn't
trying
know.
to
My dad
remind
was
me
an
who
orc.
his dad is.
I forgot about that part.
Yeah! A tabaxi who genuinely thought he was an orc.
It's all coming out.
It was-
And an adopted son who believes the same thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
an elven son who thinks he's an orc.
I'm half orc, half
Elf.
elf.
Yeah.
I like
I
how
got
he
these
doesn't
ears.
know.
That's how I know I'm half elf.
I hate
Oh
this
my
so
God.
much.
I like how he doesn't know who his dad is, but he's knowledgeable enough to know that he's Asher Duty's
Is it-
junior.
Is it like canon enough that I'm like, yeah, I know who my dad is, but like,
Well, you knew, according to you, you knew who your original parents were, just
Yeah.
that, but you don't remember them as well. And then your adopted father, he just told you to go out and find a name for yourself. So
Yeah, exactly.
you know who your adopted father is, though you do wholeheartedly believe he's an orc. So you have no idea what Max is talking about.
yeah,
You know what? That does sound like something that Asher would do. He would just tell you to go make a name for yourself. He was a man of few words, but multiple wisdoms.
Somehow.
Somehow.
wait, my dad's name was Asher.
This is going to be a long boat ride, isn't it?
Indeed. I'm starting to wonder if we should have taken
Let's
the
take it.
teleportation option.
I gotta get something. I gotta get something from the door, so I'll be right back.
All right, bud.
Oh.
God, some of the stories I heard growing up are wild. if he is actually the son of who I think he's the son of, then, well, I mean, he's saying that his father was an orc, which
He's an
also
orc
lines
with
up with
cat-like
stories.
reflexes. Maybe that was
Yeah,
it.
it's just. I mean, the stories line up. It's just if it's actually his kid, this is actually
Well,
quite funny.
I take
Okay.
everything that man says with a grain of salt, in my opinion.
If he's anything like the character I've heard about, he's going to be a bit of an idiot, but he's gonna pull his weight, and when he does, he's going to be a menace.
I take it because of the voice you're doing, Kieran. I take it you're Max right now.
Yes, it even says at the bottom of the thing.
I was going to
always
say,
change it
if
just
you
to
would know
match.
Sketchy, if you look at the bottom, you know exactly who he's being, because he makes sure of that. so.
I never noticed that he changed it. I never.
Yeah,
noticed.
well,
I
maybe
always
you're a bit
change
shit.
it depending on who I'm playing on,
Yeah.
just so that there's like visual cues like outside of my voice and how I'm acting.
You know what, King? Maybe if you made a more interesting background, maybe I might look at it. I'm kidding.
Wow!
Wow.
I try.
Where? I
You're-
want buggy with.
You're in Westershen, use theater of the mind, bitch.
I have very poor mind. So,
Sounds like Steve, thanks for lurking.
wow,
Alright.
Max, I didn't know you were one for stories of old. Perhaps one day we'd be able to sit down and read a book or two.
I enjoy a good story. Duncan's more of a reader than I am, but I enjoy listening to stories. One of my favorite things to do, especially in taverns and such, is sitting down with other adventurers or bounty hunters and listening to their tales. Always very fascinating stuff.
Agreed.
Yo,
Nothing
listen
more.
up. Here's a story.
The stories I heard growing up always made me want to become an adventurer one day.
I think that's very natural. Well, and I pull out the coin that's like wrapped around my neck on like a bit of rope. I got this from
What?
the man who raised me in the village that I was from. Well, he didn't exactly raise me, but he was like a secondary father figure, and he'd always tell me about his home world. I say world because he always claimed he was from a different world of sorts, like, you know, along the same kind of plane as ours, but a different reality entirely. I never believed it, but
Yeah,
I've
you've
never
lost
been able
Bjorn
to-
at this point.
but I've never been able
TV
to find
static.
the origins of this coin. It's pretty cool. He was a really interesting guy. I hope to see him again someday.
Can I? Do you mind if I have a look at that?
Yeah, of course. I take off the stringed coin. I hand it to him.
Okay.
Can I roll history or anything on this?
Yeah, you'd have to roll in history, yeah.
Can I also
Okay,
partake in this?
I only got a 12, but I'm gonna follow it up just by asking, where exactly did you get this?
Well, the man who helped raise me was an adventurer from another world, and this coin, if you look at the insignia on the inside, says, it says the coin of Exandria, which was, well, apparently the continent and world that they lived in long ago, but, well, I've never heard of Exandria before, have you?
Can I use that 12 to see if I've ever heard any stories about anything like that?
You read it in a book in passing about names of possible other dimensions, but it's just speculation.
I was gonna ask, can I also get what he's talking about and do a history check as well?
Sure, yeah. Go ahead.
There's been possible stories.
That's an 18.
You remember
I think
your
I'm-
dad telling you about a group of people that he didn't really know that well, despite being with them for months. But
sounds like him.
But together they fought really scary monsters, and then they got sucked into a hole because one of his friends was being a little bitch about his dead mom, and then they all woke, and then they all wound up here.
Wait, whose dead mom was this?
And then they all wound up in they all
Right.
wound up in this world. Well, that's what Asher would word it. That's how he'd say it. So
at
and they all
one
wound up
point,
in here. So
one of them
like
turned into a rock.
yeah.
Yep.
His buddy's inspiring guy, little bitch steely guy, rock man who's smart, and hungry dragon person. And those are the friend names that you heard of. And
Fucking hell.
yeah.
I remember my dad. He was telling the story about these strangers he traveled with for a long time. He doesn't remember, but
Yeah, you don't know. They
Whenever
like
he
went
opened his
swimming and he
pub.
found a shark or something like that.
he still
They kept
misses. He still misses Bruce.
He remembers the name of the
if he
shark.
remembers anything,
None of
he remembers Bruce.
And the guy who got eaten too, he remembers him because he was his like doorstop.
Yeah,
Remember,
that's right.
The name of the bar he owned was called Bruce's Banner.
Oh,
I
that's
hate
right.
this.
I forgot that's what we named it.
Yeah.
I didn't forget. Yeah.
That's so funny.
Lovely. Okay, moving on. So as you are all reminiscing, you make your way out the front. Some soldiers are leading you to where you need to go to, head over there. As you're traveling down, specifically you, Max, you take note of a long beard in a cloak, and it kind of nudges its head to the side for you to follow him into an alley.
Yeah, I let Bjorn know that I'm gonna be like, I'll catch up with him shortly, and then I disperse from the crowd to go follow the hooded figure.
Do you
I
let
will
go of my
kind
hand,
of
or do you
quickly-
drag me with you?
I'll kind of quickly say, like, don't take too long. We're kind of in a hurry.
Don't worry, I'll be right back. I promise.
Can I roll for perception?
Okay.
Okay,
What do you? Well, okay, I can't ask that actually. So.
Perception. I got a 16 just to notice him walking away.
I mean, you perceive a lot of things around you because, the streets are busy, there's shops opening and closing, there's people drinking down the road, there's a lot going on, but you looking in that general direction, you notice some figure, you're not sure who, because they're cloaked, but you notice a figure walking down an alley, and that is where your companion is heading towards.
Alright. Cindy just sort of, he just bats an eye and just sort of looks at it and is like, right, okay, whatever.
Okay. So as you walk into the little alleyway between a couple of big buildings, nobody else is in there except the cloaked figure. As he turns around, he takes his cloak off. So tell me, Max, I see you deemed it necessary to inform your new friends about your condition. For what reason have you decided to do so?
Look, I've kept it secret long enough. I trust these people. There's something about them. They remind me of the tales that I've heard once before of noble heroes who come together. I trust them enough to inform them about why I can sometimes seem off.
Are you sure it's the fact that you trust them and not your admittedly desperation at times to give Duncan a sense of family, since that is something he has been lacking for so long?
It's not just Duncan who doesn't have a family, and you know that. Those people, they're horrible. They weren't family. They treated me so poorly, and they treated him worse. I need to give him something. If it wasn't for him and the mistreatment he got, I wouldn't even be alive, and I owe him that much.
Perhaps. I do hope, for both your sakes, that this is the right path for you. I truly do want you to find happiness someday in all this chaotic world that we live in. However, remember, when we worked together from the Adventurers Guild, your assignments were quite simple. Just going about the world, exploring, helping people, doing the right thing for a modicum of coin, and now you have a whole new adventure ahead of you with these people. They seem to trust you, they have more faith in you, you seem to trust them. Keep in mind, my job is to not keep an eye on just you and Duncan. It's to keep an eye on the third part of you, the dark part of you. And should that ever step out of line, my job is to see it stopped before it hurts somebody. I hope it'll never come to that. I hope your faith in these people means they can take care of all three of you. So just be wary when you start handing out information about yourself to others. They want to hear it. They might want to even be your friend. But it can also end up hurting those that you seek to help.
I appreciate your worry, and I understand why you pulled me aside to talk about this. But I can assure you, these people mean well, and I will be able to return back to my work soon. Hell, even while I've been here, I've been looking around the bounty boards hoping that there's been something that you've thrown up for me. Just in case. I like my work, I like helping out where I can. And this gives me a chance to be able to accomplish that. Something bigger than myself, something bigger than just some petty thievery or maybe a murder or two. I can actually do something here and actually help out a lot of people. And if these are the people that I'm going to be spending a lot of time with, I think it's right that I place my trust in them and they place their trust in me, understanding what's really on the table.
Well, you know yourself better than anyone else would. If you trust them, then I will stay out of it. But I don't want to be there to pick up the pieces if they break you all over again. Just bear that in mind. And then he just, jumps up on the roof of the building and takes off.
Never one for goodbyes, are ya? And then I go to try and catch up with the rest of the group.
It doesn't take you long to run up to them. You guys don't head to the docks. You all stand. You enter a different kind of, government building. Nephat's there waiting for you, looking as pissed off as ever. All right, listen up. I'm taking the teleportation job, whether you like it or not. I have a ship out there with a pad we can transport to. We'll have to take the ship back, sadly, however. We have enough juice in this system to get us to the ship on time, and we can have that bitch in a moment's notice. So all you get your asses on this pad. He has, a big, crystallized blue, pad that you can stand on, and there's some ancient white symbols carved into it.
Well, all right.
All right, let's go.
So you all get on with a handful of Westerschen guards, and then Nephat gets on, and he gives the cue for a robed wizardy man to activate the spell. In an instant, you all snap. You see rushing blue light in your face, and then whoosh, you hear rushing water as you are now standing on another one of these pads, but you're on a giant gray wooden boarded ship that is quickly approaching the desolate isle that you remember.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
It'll take you about 10 minutes to get there, so.
This is very impressive. I've never seen a ship of this caliber before.
You know when it'd be like take a nap and you don't remember actually falling asleep? The time just flies by, like an hour goes by, and you're just like, did I actually fall asleep or not?
Yep.
Yeah, that's AJ
now.
right now.
The fuck? Yeah, well, when you get to be my caliber of hero, you can get a lot of nice perks that allow you to save the world on a lot quicker basis.
I
Look
wanna be
alive.
that caliber.
I love that he's just ass-kissing this jerk of a character.
What are you talking about? He's the coolest guy.
He's such a dude, bro.
He's such a dude, bro.
You do realize if they ever hit it off, you have to, instead of your normal D&D music, you have to just play like Giga Chat.
Hey,
Yes.
real quick, I gotta run to the bathroom. My headphones are still gonna be on, so I'll be able to hear everything, but it's just gonna be like real quick.
Okay.
Oh, but
So
we
we're not
wanna
going to
hear
hear you. It's
you.
amazing.
Take off.
I'm glad that we had the same kind of thought process there, Sketchy.
Yeah.
We share the brain cell today.
we do.
Right, now we can't talk shit about him though, because he can hear me while he's taking it when he's taking that shit. So
Wait, is he being right now?
He's muted right now,
he
but
will
he's got
be.
his headphones on.
Oh,
Yeah.
P for Texas, P for Austin, P for the hearts I got lost in, and then shake twice for Texas.
That's something he says
Don't
every
forget
time he
the
goes to
Alamo.
the bathroom.
He thinks that every time.
Oh yeah. Remember the Alamo.
The Alamo.
Godspeed.
Alright. So, yeah, you guys have a few minutes to, just enjoy the view as you approach the island. The various guards are just, sharpening their weapons or chatting amongst themselves. Nefot's standing at the helm with the helmsman, just kind of making sure you get there as quickly as possible. It's another bright day. There's literally not a cloud in the sky. It's nice and blue out.
It's beautiful.
Lovely.
Day.
And the seas are quite, not too bad today. So, yeah.
Oh, that's what we love to hear.
Yeah, it's
Well,
quite...
this is not too bad, I say, while nudging fuck.
Nefot?
Knee
Yeah.
fuck.
Wait, you literally walk up
I
there
say,
like
I'm
you're at the
also
helm.
pretty amazing, right? Right? That's.
Would you
Confidence,
get away from me
bravado, right?
already? Jeez.
I'm trying.
You want to make it out?
Shut. Oh my gosh, I hate it.
I love it.
Congrats. Instead of a really engaging story, you wrote a porno for us.
The most riveting
porno.
porno.
It's a porno with a really good story.
Before we start arriving to land, I am going to approach the base of the helm, so like I'm at least like within Nefot's sight line.
Nefeet.
Nefeet.
Nefot.
It's
I
Nefot.
appreciate you. Yes, it is Nefot. I appreciate you taking the time to join us. I understand that you have some grievances with Barrett, and I understand that you have some grievances with our plan, but placing your trust in us like this, I do appreciate it a lot.
Trust in
Genuinely,
you.
thank
That's quite rich. I don't think you understand. This was my plan from the get-go. You're not accompanying me, I'm not accompanying you. You're accompanying me. Get that straight, bucko. I brought you here because you seem to have some disagreements with my way of doing things. You want her in Westershen. She was gonna be there whether you said anything or not. Keep that in mind. And yeah, I don't like the traitor. I don't want him here, but he's with all of you, and the rest of the knights seem to put their lot in with you. So I'm forced to work alongside you. So as long as we're here, listen to what I say, shut up when we get into trouble, and we'll all get along just fine.
Yes, sir.
You know, I don't appreciate your attitude. All we're trying to do is help. I get that that's what you're trying to do as well, but being a prick to your allies isn't the best call. I hope you understand that.
He leaps over the helm and lands right in front of you, and he's looking you like he could almost touch your nose with his. That's how close he's getting. I don't think you understand. The last time I put faith in my allies... Damn it. And he just walks away.
And I just say, like, while doing this, Barrett is just in the background, just like legs crossed, giving a slow clap to him. Just like, wow, that was very impressive. Anyway, can you start going faster?
To the boat speed, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, sorry, I should have done that in roleplay, but wow, very impressive. Anyway, can you make the mast go any wider? This thing's fucking slow.
he literally just shakes his head, having to like listen to you. He wants nothing to do with you. Takes a few more minutes, but eventually you guys do land on the island.
I smirk and sort of go over to now I know to actually check the roll 20. It is Max still.
Yep.
I just go over to Max. I'm like, Max, don't take anything that he says. Take everything he says with a pinch of salt. Hey, I'm sure he means well. He's not in the Midnights of Justice for no reason at all, but just best not to deal with whatever he has to say.
Of course, I don't plan to take anything he says personally or anything. It's just we're heroes after all, and like, you know, I get that he wants to do the best for everyone, and so do I. It would be much easier if we were all on common ground instead of him talking down to everyone and thinking he was better just because of a fucking title.
He has so much to worry about more than just a title.
Okay. I didn't want to just interrupt anything. So as you guys disembark, the couple of the soldiers accompany you to the cage, which is invisible, but you kind of remember where it is. Are you going to use your scroll, or?
I am going to use the scroll.
Okay. Since it's a cage, it can't make any save or anything.
All right, cool. I'm going to use the spell.
The cage must make a wisdom saving throw.
Lama ding dong.
You can literally. Okay, sure. So the scroll in your hand, it falls to ash, and the cage suddenly materializes in front of you. It's like a simple steel cage. It's like literally just like 5 by 5, sitting cross-legged in the middle in some like gray torn like prisoner garb is a red-skinned young tiefling woman with some thin but long sharp horns. Her small tail, which is actually cut off on the edge, and you can see it has been like burned to like keep it from bleeding out, wiggles a little in anticipation seeing you all. A smirk glosses her purple lips. My, oh my, it seems you've come back to me after all. Did you miss my charming personality?
Who are you
Surprisingly,
again?
no.
Oh, don't be like that. We had such a wonderful time when we were together. Remember when I ripped each of you a new one?
Surprisingly, I didn't feel a thing.
I don't forget a good time.
She's a pain in the ass. All she does is talk shit and thinks she's better than everyone. But I tell you what, now I get a good look at her, I can definitely say
I would.
I was
No.
Don't make it weird.
Now looking at her, I can definitely say it's all just the mouth. That's all she's got going for her. Like, she just talks shit and that's it.
I wouldn't underestimate her. She's a pain in the ass and she should shut up, he says as he kicks the cage and she moves a little. She can't keep her balance. However, she wouldn't be in the black circle. She wouldn't be in the black circle for no reason, boys. Just keep that in mind.
Alright, so where are we gonna store the bitch?
Well, he actually is, he's like messing with the top. There should be a little latch around here somewhere, and he flips something, and the cage actually rises out of the sand a little, and it pops up on like little metal tracks.
Oh, goody.
You didn't actually think he says, fine, we didn't just carry her out here, did we? She weighs a ton. Oh, that's original. Like, I've never heard that one before. And he's like, men, help me. And him and the men, they begin to push it through the sandy, grassy area. And they begin, it takes a little effort. He eventually just lets go and lets the men push it, but.
Seeing that, Bjorn is definitely going to assist.
Okay, so you move in, and it begins moving almost twice as fast. And they're like, damn, we need to get more of these in the military. And so you helping them, they roll her up the boards, and you all walk up, and the ship begins to depart.
All right, ballin'.
Ooh, a vacation. Where are we going now?
Shut up, hag.
What up?
AJ says as he thinks he's helping, but he's not doing anything.
Yeah, what I said.
I'll just kind of like stand in front of her and be like, that's none of your business. Now, if you don't mind, I have a few questions for you.
And if you don't mind, you can kiss my waxed ass.
Don't tempt him.
That
He might.
is,
No, no.
that is not information I needed to know. Either way, what is
Why is
it?
it waxed? Sorry.
How exactly did you come into the Black Circle?
Oh, you want to know my story, do you? You want me to cry and plead for you to let me go because I'm simply being manipulated by poor Kristoff? What exactly do you want to know? Just my reasoning for being with the Circle? Why I was found?
Sure, let's start with that.
Hang on just a second. Fine.
I mean, it is exactly what he asked.
Yeah, well, she likes to be annoying. 1 second. I gotta make sure.
I know it's just because King has to go look up the lore.
No, I need you all to get in my stream real quick because we have a cutscene to watch.
We have a video!
Yay!
Yay!
Wait, what?
So,
We have a video.
yeah.
We have a cutscene?
You guys
We
are
have a
getting
cutscene.
you guys are getting a visual cutscene, so everybody get in the stream because I'm lazy.
No
I'm
way,
lazy.
we're getting a cutscene.
Hang on, I'm gonna have to. It's gonna start right away. I'm gonna have to pause it. Yeah, there we go. Okay.
All right,
So-
let me just open it up on my phone. Give me a
Yeah,
second,
let me
please.
know when everybody's there. So we love videos. Yeah. So everybody get your
I'm here.
popcorn, get in it. I need it to pop up on the screen, and it's not. Hang on, I can make it pop up.
Wait, my
You
popcorn's
change
cool.
scenes, maybe?
I'm watching.
I might
Alright.
have to change my screen. So if I go here, it'll pop up. Yeah, and then I'll just turn off my face cam. All right.
Hey, you guys want some popcorn?
I fucking hate you
Yo.
all.
No, not
All right.
listening.
So you
Popcorn
get,
noises.
everybody ready? Everybody in the stream? Everybody watching? This isn't just
I'm
a
in the
selfless
stream.
plug. Okay.
Ready?
I hope you can hear it. It should be loud enough.
All right, let's get my
see.
popcorn out.
All right.
Let me unmute your stream too.
Yeah, that would be helpful so you can actually hear this. So, okay, I am going to unmute, or I'm going to mute myself, and then you can all enjoy.
All right.
Well, as far back as I can remember, this is how the story goes. I was always Daddy's little girl, free to do with my family's fortune as I so pleased. I lived the high life even as I got older. It took a long time for me to understand that so many were not as fortunate as I was. I was a bitch, plain and simple. But as I grew wiser, I tried to be better. I tried to make a difference and over time earned a reputation as someone to be counted on. I saved lives. I used my fortune to build up businesses and save families from poverty. Then one day, the same people I thought I was helping were plotting against me. An entire village. I lent some funds their way and used my minimal magical powers to make life better. For once I was putting others before myself, and it was to be thrown back in my face. One day, during a celebration of a grand reopening, I was drugged and blacked out. When I awoke, I was alone in some darkened room. Leaving, I found out my fortune was stolen from me. They even captured an image of me, making me out to be a slut. My kindness would never be enough for such greedy people. I broke free, made them suffer for what they did to me. But it was all too late. Word spread across the lands. I lost my credibility as a halfway decent person. Everywhere I went, I was seen as some hole to use, a poor person not worth helping, some ignorant and violent tiefling like all the others. When Kristoff found me, I was close to ending it all. He gave me a new purpose. Following him, I have grown stronger physically and mentally. No one will ever take my help for granted again. In fact, this time, the world thinks it doesn't want my help. I'm going to do something right again. I will make this entire world stronger, so everyone can deal with the liars seeking to ruin them as well. And this time, no one will stop me. And that is my story.
Give us a second, King. Finish
Stream
it.
delay.
There's a bit of stream delay, yeah.
Sorry.
Well, first things first. Fantastic video. Good job.
It's
I
not
liked
that. I mean, it's good enough for the situation, but thank
Yeah,
you.
it's good. I like it. I like it.
I like
Thank-
it. You break it. You buy it.
Thank you. It took
Bjorn-
me forever to edit it. I'm just kidding. Like she made it.
We've actually, like, it actually pans back around. We've got like 3D glasses and like popcorn, like actually.
Whoa.
Like she takes it,
Oh.
she just has a TV like in her computer. She's like, what do you think? What do you think?
She uses
Yeah,
like the
you're like-
magic to like make a projector screen and like. So yeah, okay. So Bjorn will kind of just after hearing the story, well, it seems a lot of you have the same things in common. I apologize for your situation, although I'm sure it does. I'm sure it means very little coming from me. But what I don't understand is, at one point, you were willing to put others before yourself, and just due to a grievance, you were just willing to suddenly change all of that.
A grievance? I went from being rich and beloved and someone people could count on to being disregarded by society. I was attacked by people who thought I was a monster. And she, wiggles her tail in front, and they did this to me. You don't understand. When all you have had has been taken from you. When you are seen as nothing but a monster, and it wasn't even your fault. No, I chose to put my faith in others. I chose to be better, and then it was all thrown back at me. They all said, let's take her for all she's worth and then discard her. And you know what they did when I accused them of it? Simply demanding they make up for what they did? They laughed in my face, saying I was a dumb woman, foolish enough to believe that anyone would want my help to begin with. They took everything from me, and I made them pay. And then the world saw that as not justice, not redemption, just as retaliation. And then I went from town to town, being disregarded as nothing more than a monster. Something people could use and discard, yet over and over again. Now the only people I can count on are the Black Circle. Here you all stand, calling me a hag, calling me fat, treating me like all the others did. You continue to prove my points. You continue to show me why this world is weak, not physically, but in emotional and thought processes. I despise many of you, and I seek a new world Kristoff has promised me.
Well,
sorry for calling you a hag.
And he kind of looks to the others, realizing it's becoming a bit of a pattern how we introduce ourselves to each of these new members. I apologize for my companion's behavior towards you. I figure that most everyone we meet should be given some sort of a chance, as someone who may not have been in the same situation as you, but has been in something similar. I believe that everyone deserves second chances, and that while there are bad people in this world, true evil is not something that is so black and white. I don't blame you necessarily for what you've done, though I don't think it's right. But I do believe that perhaps if things had been different for you, maybe things wouldn't be the way they are now. You wouldn't have been imprisoned, and perhaps you could have found a group of people who really appreciated you. I don't think the entire world needs to burn for something like that.
Well, perhaps you're right about not finding myself locked in this god-forsaken cage. However, I did find a group that treats me with respect. A group that takes my who takes my opinions into account. A group who treats me like I'm any other person that can be relied on. The very people you keep imprisoned, the people you say are a threat to this world, they chose me. Perhaps if what happened to me, well, that's the thing. We've all been wronged by this world. That's why we all seek to change it. There is a reason I sit before you in this cage. It is because this corrupt world does not wish to be changed. It does not want our help, but we are going to give it anyway because you are all living in nothing more than a fantasy.
I don't believe it's a fantasy to want to see this world remain peaceful.
We keep the peace by all means necessary. You stand there telling me you seek to change a fantasy world that we live in? Who is the one slaughtering innocent priests? That's what your people did, and then anyone who got in your way met the same fate. We have our reasons for what we did. You say they were innocent, we say they were the heretics all along. Kristoff knows the way, a truly divine way, A divine way. A paladin who turned his back on his oath. He turned his back on gods who sat there, putting us on this world, watching us eat our own. If the Dark King is true, it will light the way for us.
What happens if he turns out to not be true?
I would rather die knowing that what I was fighting for was worth fighting for, than to live in a world where gods treat us as mere playthings, and humans, orcs, and the like all continue to abuse each other. No mortal ever really seen true happiness. You say you fight for peace. I say I fight for a better world.
You make it sound like such a different thing, but truly we're after the same goal.
Perhaps. She actually yawns. Oh, I grow tired of all of you. It's obviously we're never going to get anywhere here. If you want to know something specific, you'll feel free to ask. But if you want to battle on moral conjuries, we're never going to get anywhere, dearie.
I suppose
Agreed.
not.
So she actually like lays down and puts her like she lays down with like her crossed arms and just kind of like crosses one leg, kind of bobbing it up and down. If you're not going to tell me where we're going to go, then I don't know. You got anything to eat on this ship? Ugh. Again with the food thing. I'd love to starve this bitch. Bring her some bread or something. And then they throw a dough ball at her.
Just like me, for real, for real.
And she just picks it up and starts eating it.
Anybody else got anything?
No.
Max has sat there and listened to like her story and listened to her talk, and is just he's kind of like sick of the warped way of thinking and approach to things. So he's just kind of like left like the lower deck at the moment. He's gonna go sit by the bow.
Okay. If none of you got anything else to say to her or to each other or anything, then, I mean, we can just continue the travel. I mean, you've always been traveling. It'll probably take you till nightfall to get back to Westershen. The ship is definitely better than the one you were on before. It moves at a quicker pace and everything.
Yeah.
They actually take, like, a different route than you did, so they get closer to Westershen before hitting land.
Oh, sick.
Eventually, you all land, and you travel on horseback, along with the cage being dragged behind you, and you're going to wind up traveling through the night. Bear in mind, because Nefot said so. And so early the next morning, you arrive in Westershen.
Hey.
Would we take a level of exhaustion then, because we traveled through the night?
Let me double check the thing here. Is it one night or is it going overnight? Let me double check.
I know how it works in Pathfinder is you take like a level of exhaustion for each night you don't sleep, but I don't know how that works.
That is correct.
I believe that how it is. Let me see here. Where is my ass? Okay, I want to double check. Yeah, so I guess yeah, it would be not sleeping through the night, and so technically Nefot takes a level of exhaustion too, So until you guys long rest, you will have disadvantage on ability checks. So
let me check. I think elves have a feat, or we don't.
Yeah,
it won't affect you that way.
Elves,
Don't,
Let me
you might
make
not.
sure.
if I remember correctly, elves, like their sleeping isn't necessarily the same. So like, I don't think
Yeah.
he would be.
Technically, he could
impacted by
meditate
exhaustion.
while on horseback. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
so-
if we could, yeah, I suppose like as long as it's stated somewhere that he took his time to like rest and meditate, then yeah, he wouldn't have.
Well, it's just that we don't sleep entirely, like as a whole.
yeah.
Yes, no,
Yeah.
I'm aware of that. But however, when it comes to resting, you still need to have at least, I think, because what you meditate for like 4 hours instead of
Yeah.
like sleeping for 8.
Yeah.
So you would still have to meditate like uninterrupted for 4 hours.
You still have to do
or
it.
You would.
I can
or
agree
you
on that.
would, yeah, or you would
Yeah.
still take a level of exhaustion.
Because you don't just fight a battle and then heal up because you didn't long rest. The long rest for you just happens to be 4 hours instead, but you still
Oh,
have
yeah.
to do it. So yeah.
I was gonna say Barry. Oh wait, is it Bjorn that's the big strong guy?
Well, they're both
Okay,
All of
Goliaths.
us are
Yeah.
Goliaths.
All right, hey, I wanted to team up with something. Whenever we travel, You put me on your shoulders, and I'm meditating doing that.
Meditate on one of our shoulders.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, Bjorn could.
Okay.
Bjorn would agree to that.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay. So King just has to stay if everything is as long as 4 hours then.
I mean, yeah, you went through the night, so you wouldn't get exhaustion if you did that. So
Okay. Yeah, I'll let you get on my shoulders.
he is an orc, so
I'm not sure I'll take you up on that offer, but thank you.
I'll just make sure to give you some bardic inspiration later, so you don't have to take on the disadvantage.
That's not. Is that how bardic inspiration works?
It doesn't get rid of disadvantage; it'll just add on to the disadvantage.
Oh,
Yeah, it'll just add to the
make
roll.
it'll just make it better. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So yeah, you all enter the city. As you approach the upper class areas, the soldiers begin to push the cage away. I'll be having her taken to a special facility, deep underground, away from Kristoff. And you can rest assured she won't be seeing the light of day anytime soon.
That's good.
You do need a certain amount of vitamin D, so.
He just ignores that. His eyes kind of go wide for a second. He rubs like the bridge of his nose because you're driving him crazy.
Yeah, I say this while meditating.
We thank you for allowing us to accompany you on retrieving Yuna.
And I love your bravado.
Indeed, it was an experience, and it was a long night. Perhaps you should all rest up. And he makes his way away from all of you, so getting as far away from you as possible, walking a little faster than you've ever seen him walk before.
Oh, wonder why he's gonna go so fast.
I think I speak for all of us when I say it's we should definitely get some rest.
So are you guys going to long rest during the day?
That is probably the best idea because I don't think we can really handle going more time without resting. I mean, we can technically, but I would rather not. You're just tired.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Do it while you can.
We're in Westersham, so.
Okay.
I fuck with that.
So if you guys want to, you can go back to the end and you can all long rest just to deal with the exhaustion. Just keep in mind that'll be 8 hours while Asher sits on watch, I guess.
Sounds good to me.
Yes.
So while you're doing that, I have to tinkle. So, Kieran, you can have 2 minutes if you want to look up facts on another random animal, and I'm gonna go to the bathroom and I'll be right back.
Can I put in a recommendation?
Yeah, I'm gonna ignore it, but you can do it anyway.
I was gonna say otters.
We did otters a few weeks ago.
Fuck, I missed out.
Yeah, you did, unfortunately. And I did also mention about the fact that,
That's
otters,
utterly disappointing.
You're a prick. Shut up. All right.
Stop laughing at the otter joke.
Did you know?
Utterly ridiculous.
Did you know that Futanari originates from Japanese folk religion?
No, we don't need to know anymore.
I would love to know more on this one.
So, traditional Japanese vocal pieces that date back hundreds of years deliver rough evidence that a change of gender was not ruled out, and that the representation of the gender was used to worship deities such as, I'm not going to read that because that's probably gay, and sometimes ambiguous gender.
You're a weird
Interesting.
person.
But did she have a cock?
But they've all got. I'm glad I'm not having this open on my right monitor because there is so much cock on this wiki page.
Sure.
And one of the biggest things that popularized it outside of its folk religion origins was the introduction of American transgender pornography that was imported to Japan during
I'm already
the late
hating this
80s.
conversation. I hate this conversation. And I walk back in on. What the hell, dude?
We will talk about Futanari and where its origins came from.
I wish I
We only
made it
talked
back
about the
after
important
that.
stuff on D&D Sunday.
Yeah.
Tune in next week where I find some more fuck shit to talk about.
Only the most important conversations here on King's Stream.
Exactly, man. Kieran only finds the important facts that the viewers should be knowing. Like, did you know my
Oh,
neighbor's
boy.
dog's about to get hit with a 5.56 millimeter rifle in a second?
What?
Here's this dog barking. All
No,
right.
it's not even my dog, it's my neighbor's dog.
Well, that's what I meant. You hear that guy's dog. All right.
Where is it? Where is it? A second. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but the dog's getting it.
Jeez. All right, we're back. Cool. Okay, so you all slept for 8 hours.
Question? What time did we get back to the inn? Because I could decide whether it's early afternoon, evening.
Morning.
The sun was coming up, so it was like 8 or 9 in the morning.
Damn, how far? Damn, are we in the fucking winter? Sun should be coming up about what, 6, 7-ish?
Well, you don't have actual times. There's no, just vaguely. So it was early morning, and then but the sun was up, and then it cut. So now it's mid-afternoon time.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to check because it's damn, these guys got that winter time zone going on.
Okay. Anyway, so you all wake up. You're all free of your exhaustion, which is fine. Just keep in mind 8 hours have passed. So what are you guys doing now?
I guess now that we got ourselves situated and got ourselves woken up, I guess the best thing to do would be go check with the, I guess the knights real quick to see if everything's got secured properly.
Okay.
Because as you said, 8 hours has passed. A lot could have happened in 8 hours.
Yep.
Yep.
So you're gonna go back to the knights' headquarters?
Yeah, just to make sure that everything's gone through properly as it should.
Okay. As you go through, Stefania's there. Wait, what was her name?
Yeah, Stefania. That
Stefania,
was the.
Yeah. That's why I had it here. Yeah, she's up front. Oh, you guys are back. Welcome back. The knights have actually been expecting you. You're free to go right in.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you.
So you head back to, you walk past the meeting area, and Mizar is sitting in there with Harlequin. They seem to be having kind of a heated discussion.
Gentlemen, we don't seem to be interrupting something, do we?
No, it's not of importance. I will be going, actually. I have to oversee something in the other continent. Plus, I need to talk to Zygerius about something. We don't need to end on this note, Harlequin. I don't want to hear it. And he walks out. Ugh. It is so tiring working with these people, you have to understand. It is not easy being us.
Everything all right?
No, just... forget it. How was the transportation of the prisoner?
Went very smoothly, actually.
We actually came here to ask about that, actually, because last we saw of Nefot, he said that he was taking Muna to where he was going to store her, but we wanted to check to see if it all had gone well after they'd reached the city walls.
Indeed. Nefot returned here a few hours after your alleged return. She has been chained and secured deep underground in a building that looks just like any other house. It is very hard to discern which one it is. Only a handful of guards know which one it is. Trusted guards, rest assured. Nefot returned here and informed us of everything, and then he went to bed. He has, let's just say, that wasn't the first night he's been up in straight. Hi, dear. I guess I should inform all of you, the Council of Westershin would like to speak with you. They are the leaders of this city, and they allow us to stay here. Upon being informed of Muna being here, and finally being informed of Kristoff being here, which they apparently weren't beforehand, they aren't very happy about it, and they want to chew someone's head off. I tried to protect all of you, but they said they want the, and I quote, newbie adventurers to come inside and tell them to their face why exactly they have two of the most dangerous criminals in the world in their city. Westershin makes a big deal out of being very fortified and not really letting any nasty ne'er-do-wells in, and now we have this to deal with. So, as much as I don't want to say this, would you all be willing to accompany me to the council room?
No worries, we wouldn't have to do that, but I just find it a bit ironic that they're worried about ne'er-do-wells getting in when there's vampires setting up shop in their fucking city.
Speaking of which, we have people investigating the Knights of Justice. We have no claims of these bandit cult-like members that you discuss yet. However, your orc friend and his family have been moved to the inn, and the inn is now heavily fortified.
Wonderful.
And so, as for the Shark's Tooth Tavern, we actually have one of our orc soldiers under disguise working there, so... he'll handle any business with that. Anyways, let us set out then, shall we?
Before we leave, I do have one final question. Now that we have these two under our belt, I imagine that the others are probably not far behind. Is there any word on any of the other members?
We have no information on them. We assume that both Isaiah and Strontar will make some sort of assault on the prison. That is where they are likely to strike. All watchtowers have doubled their soldiers. We have soldiers constantly dressed as citizens walking amongst the streets. Any orcs or half-undead men have been looked for and examined, and, well, no one around here is half-undead, but all orcs have, none of them bear a striking resemblance to Strontar, so I have my concerns that they might be finding another way into our city, but until then we have no reports of them. Well, we had one, but it turned out to be nothing, as far as I was told.
Wait, really? What was the report?
Just claims that a wagon was being brought in with the two of them on board. However, when we investigated, the guards told me they investigated the driver, the wagon, where those two were seen headed, and we have been able to not find anybody. Plus, the description of the human that was with them, well, his face wasn't disfigured unlike Isaiah's is, so though troubling, it didn't lead to anything, and we have no leads otherwise. So, although I have people on the matter, nobody really seems to believe that they're even in the city.
Hard to believe they would make an assault on the city without at least trying to find the final member.
Unless they already know where it is.
It is likely that without Kristoff leading the way, they don't want to make any... Keep in mind, you're all, like, walking as you're doing this.
Yeah.
It seems without the leader giving the orders, they don't really want to act without him. Thus, they make an error not in Kristoff's plans. He keeps them on a tight leash, from what I can tell. Though, whenever we send someone to interrogate Kristoff, he is quite eager to laugh at the fact that they will be coming for him, and it will not be how we expect it. Though I don't know what that means.
No. Let's hope this meeting gets done quickly so we can be sure we're ready.
Indeed.
Of course.
So it takes some time, but and as it does, there's actually the clouds overhead begin to get thicker and thicker until a light rainstorm begins. You all quickly hustle inside the large castle area, and as you walk in, Mizar begins explaining, unlike most kingdoms in the world, Westershen is, though the biggest and most heavily fortified, we have a council of 5 who make the decisions rather than a single sovereign entity. The council most of them are voted in. One is always voted in by the military, the other 4 are voted in by citizens. We try to keep things as democratic as possible, allowing the people to choose who governs them, though the council members are in there until they resign or are killed. And I say that because it happens more often than we'd sadly like. However, for the past about 20 years or so, the council have remained untouched. They are quite secured here, and we keep a close eye on them too, though they have... The Knights of Justice used to be able to act much more freely than they do now, and through continuous political pressure, we have been forced to go through countless loopholes to get what we needed done. And it just gets worse every waking week.
Have you never thought to, I don't know, seek around, see if you could be accepted in anywhere else?
True, however, Westershen is kind of the focal point of this entire world, and most information and most adventurers come through here. We do have smaller settlements in other places, but we kind of work as a separate entity from the rest of the world, and we need the world governments to be okay with us, and we just figured this would be the best place to do so. Though I am having second thoughts about it. We've been stationed here for centuries, though, and to change it now would be to change a lot.
By the way, this council sounds exhausting.
Believe me, it is. Over time, the council doesn't even want more Knights of Justice, and we require it. We used to have over a dozen at a time, and some come, some retire, some get killed in the line of battle, but we always find noteworthy adventurers. Now it is simply down to the 4 of us that you have seen, and it's too much for all of us to handle. Plus, we lose members through other means. General Zygarius retiring was not at the right time, but the old man wanted out, and I couldn't blame him. I'm only 300-something years old, and even my hair's turning whiter than it should already. Elves can live about 700 and something, for the record. But we have an associate with us. He is not a Knight of Justice, but his job is to find adventurers much like yourselves that could be deemed worthy of joining our ranks. Perhaps one day you will come into contact with him, and he will find you worthy enough to be a part of us, and then you can help take some of the work off of our hands.
Well, we would definitely like to consider the offer if it is ever offered to us.
I know we are not seen in the greatest of light these days, though I do assure you our greatest prerogative is to ensure the happiness and the peace of the innocent. That has never changed despite what you might think of us. Excuse me.
All I can say is, personally, the way I see it, if you mean well, then you mean well. If the world's view changes on you, then that's one thing, but as long as you yourself continue to stick by your morals and continue to do well, then that's all you can really hope for. That's all you can really do, and hope that people will change.
Indeed. Very well. We are here. And he opens up a large door. The rain begins to pound outside. You can actually hear it on the roof of the building, despite it being like concrete. As you walk in, there is a very tall desk. It's like 15 feet tall with stairs leading up to it. There are 5 tall chairs. Sitting in the one in the middle is an elderly human man. However, all the other chairs are empty. Councilman, I do not understand. I thought we were having a meeting between you and the new adventurers. Don't get this wrong. We are. This meeting is between me and all of you. Though the council meeting should have the entire council, should it not? Indeed. As he brings his knuckles together, and they seem to be a bit white. He's like squeezing his hands. However, the other council members are currently handling other business. One of them has also fallen ill, so it is on my hand to handle all of you. And, I would like to not discuss this with you, Mazar, so if you would please step aside, I would like to speak to all of them. You have all come to my city, and you seek to bring not one, but 2 of the most dangerous prisoners here. I would like your reasoning on the matter, as we try to keep a firm grasp on all security issues.
I understand your concern, and I want to offer my apologies for going under the council's nose. However, as one of the original people tasked with guarding Kristoff and escorting him to a prison in Monaga, although, as I'm being told, that apparently might have been a ruse set up on my end, I thought it best if we were to keep as many members of the Black Circle out of hands of the rest of the members as possible. After apprehending Kristoff, we were able to get away quite peacefully from Strontar and Isaiah. We felt that the best place to keep him would be in the most fortified city as possible, making it even harder for the rest of the Black Circle members to get there. We don't know where the last member of the Circle is, but we were made aware of Muna's location, and decided it would be best if she was kept in the city as well. Not for reasons of painting targets on your backs, but more for making sure that there were as little members of the Black Circle to lay siege as possible.
I understand your reasoning, and I appreciate the explanation. So where is this Kristoff even being kept? His words can move people. How do we know he's not taking prisoners under his wing? I rest assure you, Councilman, he is kept in the lowest depths of the Westershire, in prison. He's not seen anyone, and no one can even get to him unless they go through every floor. He's not allowed to see anyone except the occasional guard, and they are entrusted to us. And speak to me, where is this Muna even being kept? She should not be allowed near her confidant. He's, like, shaking. Like, he seems very, like, bothered by this.
Muna is being kept in a location as detailed by, what's his name?
Nefot.
Nefot took Muna to a secret location that only himself and a handful of other guards are even aware of.
You know nothing about this location? I need to know how to protect my people, where these prisoners are being kept.
The lack of our knowledge about said location is exactly why it is the most secure. The fewer people that know about it, the better. This group, it thrives off intelligence. You know it that yourself. The less people that know where the location is, the better.
His like thinning hair, you start to see a couple beads of sweat come down it as he gets more and more frustrated with you. You can actively see him like sweating with like frustration. You seem to misunderstand. If you do not know their locations, then I need to know. Mazar, where are they? Even I don't know. There's a reason we entrust only one knight to know. Information doesn't spread that quickly, Councilman, and I would expect you to hold your tone with me. I am sick and tired of dealing with you Knights of Justice and you adventurers. Westershen has always been a place of peace and prosperity. We seek to keep all people away from us. All kinds of hostility should be away from us. But now you bring these people in here, and I believe it is the duty of the Council to know where these people are being held.
You talk about keeping the peace and keeping hostility away from you. Yet it is adventurers like us and the Knights of Justice that are able to keep your city as peaceful as it is. Despite that, you even have the Knights Thirst, albeit a bandit group, but one that we've seen time and time again pose an actual threat underneath your noses.
I do not know of this. I do not know of this group, but I have my soldiers dealing with it. Mazar has informed us of at least that. The bandit group has already had several members apprehended. I didn't know this. The Council doesn't seem to share information but desire it all. We do what we must to keep information secret as well. But we should know everything. We rule this city, and we have done so for the sake of the people. They keep me here. And I do not appreciate you keeping things from me. It is of crucial importance I know of where this Muna is being held.
We? What we? The moment, well, what did you say? The rest of the council members just didn't bother to show up? Doesn't exactly scream leadership to me. Somebody who knows everything should surely give a shit.
Of course I give a shit. That's why I want you to tell me. We are grateful for the help of adventurers. That's why we employ them. That's why we allow the Knights of Justice to take up root here. But the fact that you are withholding information from me is not to be trifled with. We need to know so this city can run smoothly. I do not want any harm to come to Westershen, especially in this moment. And you see him like pause for a moment when he says that.
Look, none of us know where Muna is currently being held. We've been given a vague idea as of the Knights of Justice, but the only person that knows where she is for sure is Nefot.
Then have him brought to me, immediately! And Mazar just is giving him like a dirty look. What is wrong with you, Councilman? This is very unlikely behavior from someone who should represent the people.
Can I roll for insight?
Yes. I was hoping.
Alright, so insight, baby, that is a 17.
This old guy is terrified that you're not giving him this information. Like, you can tell his body is shaking, his eyes are wavering. He needs you to give up this information. That's what he believes.
Can
Councilman.
I roll? I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. Councilman. My look at him, like, goes from, like, this, like, rather ticked off, what the fuck is he talking about look, to, like, a very, like, considerate look, and, like, if there's anything wrong, just signal me, okay, in any way. I know that you're worried about what might be happening. For all we know, they could already be inside our walls, but you, a man of power, not knowing, holding a meeting without his own allies here present, and seeming so stressed over something that otherwise would be of no big deal to you. I sense there might be more at play. Anything will do. It could even be a slight twitch of your finger, if it were.
I don't know where this is coming from. There is absolutely nothing wrong. I just need this information for the sake of my city. The fact that you're even accusing me of they're like not handling a problem that is before me. I take insult to your inquiry. I do not need to gesture to you to protect myself. I am completely safe here in the council room, and you should know that. The only
look
thing that makes
over
me
it.
uneasy is all of you not keeping such information away from the council.
Why do you sound so scared?
I look over at Mazar after he's like made his little declaration.
Yeah, he looks at you with like an eyebrow up, like this is unnormal. I am not scared. I am perfectly fine. There is nothing. And a blade goes through his chest.
Oh fuck.
Yeah,
You had reason to be scared.
As the blood gushes from his mouth and the blade is ripped from his backside, he falls forward off the desk and lands with a thud. This was getting us nowhere. And as the damaged half-face of Isaiah climbs up from behind the desk, I must say, that old man did such a bad job trying to trick you into giving us the information. Though, credit to you for spotting it. I'm afraid it has to come to this now, doesn't it?
Well. I suppose.
It's good to see you all again. I was hoping our numbers would be reinforced, but I'll have to work with what I have.
As if you're going to get to work with anything. Bjorn wants to try to leap up as high as he can and grab him.
Hold. Mizar actually puts his hand on you. Hold on. We don't know what his aim is at here. Where exactly are the rest of the council members? I'm so glad you asked. Believe me, they aren't just missing for no reason. They're kept somewhere only I know. They are my prisoners. And if you do anything to me, you'll never see them again. Damn it. Look, all of you, I know we are in hostile strengths, but the council is what leads the people. The people have faith in them, and one death is something we can move on from, but if the council is wiped out, Wester Shen will fall, which is exactly what I'd be hoping for. However, you hold 2 of my people. I hold 4 of yours. I am more than willing to make that exchange. We can't just hand you over Kristoff, and you know it. Perhaps, Mazar, since you are next in charge. But how funny it would be if you weren't the one in charge. And an arrow pierces Mazar in the back before any of you can even realize. And he stumbles to his hands and knees. Bastards! How did you... And when you all turn around behind you, hiding behind one of the pillars in the corner of the room, is a bow and arrow, and clawing his way from the side is a blue dragonborn. I have long awaited to take down a Knight of Justice myself. Near call, it is so good to have you back. Indeed. Now, and he draws another arrow. None of you make a move. For no one can dodge an arrow quite like one fired from the legendary Near Call. Mizar pulls the arrow from his back. You think just one little shot like this will take me down?
Can I jump in the way and try to sort of shield him?
Sure. Yeah, you can stand away with your thick armor.
Yeah. It is one thing to hit something, but to pierce my armor?
I look forward to trying. But if you just give us what we want, it can all end here and now. No one else has to get hurt. As Mazar tries to stand, he actually crumbles. Now you're starting to feel it. That arrow is laced with poison. Don't worry, it won't kill you, but it'll keep you out of our confrontation. This is between us and the adventurers, Knight of Justice. I need to send word to the others. We need to get them here. You can't just take them all.
Well, I want to try to bend down and like talk to him. He's like, is there a faster way that we can get word to them?
If any, I can send a scrying spell, but I need you to cover for me while they don't see me doing it.
Well,
Buy as much time as we can.
we can try our best.
So he huddles down, pretending he's holding himself in agony while he tries to cast this spell.
I look up at Isaiah, like, trying to get his attention. You have barged your way into the city. You've killed one of the councilmen, and now you're trying to take out this man, Mizar, all for your precious little leader and your fucking tiefling. Now, I understand you've all been wronged, but I'm going to be fucking real with you, man. There is no way in hell you're getting them. Now, if you actually had more to actually offer us, instead of just, oh yeah, if you touch me, I'll kill the councilman, maybe I might consider it. But I'm going to be real with you. I don't plan to hurt you. And that's where we stand.
Interesting. Well, I do have something to offer you. And he pulls out a little tied-up scroll, and he tosses it, like, past the desk towards you. You can catch it if you want.
I'd like to catch it.
Okay. Open that up and see what it reveals.
Go on then. I'll open it up. I'll give it a gander. I'll give it a read.
It is a police doctrine on the councilman before you. You see his mugshot. Apparently, he is wanted for child kidnapping and selling them off as slaves. And you see he's been caught not once but twice. As you can see, the man I slaved, he was nothing but a monster himself, even grosser than myself, as he says, like turning the burnt part of his face towards you. He was a monster that this government, this corrupted system kept hidden, all for the sake of keeping peace. I think not. It is to protect people like him. The other council members might not be as dirty as he was, which is why they're tied up and not dead just like he is. If you want to be handed over innocent people, I can give you that. What more can I give to you to prove to you that what we seek to do is just in this world? I had Mazar shot with poison that would not kill him, because I don't want to slay the Knights of Justice, but force my hand and I will. All I want is our leader and our girl back, unharmed, and I will give you the councilmen. We will be on our merry way. I don't even want to fight you, adventurous, but you pushed my back to the wall. You almost killed me, and here I am not seeking revenge, only a negotiation.
I appreciate what you've done here. Looking over this document and seeing that you've killed this man who is a piece of filth. I can honestly say I appreciate that. A man who's in my line of work would have done the same thing. So I can't fault you for that. But taking the others, doing what you're doing, purely for two people who wish to hurt more innocents just for the sake of keeping the strong alive. I get that, like, your view of the world might be a bit different than ours. But I can't allow that to happen. I hope you understand. Ultimately, whether they're good, whether they're weak or strong, the good must stand. And whatever you're planning to do will just wipe out those who are good, but also weak, and I can't allow that. And neither will my party.
Who's to say that wiping out the weak is only the weak-willed, those who embrace darkness in their hearts and use it to inflict harm unto others? I, for one, never said keeping the strong was not resulting in killing off innocents.
It's all that your leader has implied. Because if it was truly about getting rid of the weak-willed, he would have started with himself. He's allowed himself to be influenced by something beyond himself. And I believe that to be wrong. Especially when if it's asking for the blood of many.
Perhaps this world has long turned its back on us, and we seek to bring about change. So here we stand, you cornered in this room, us with the high ground, wishing to make a proper negotiation, seeking only for the return of our members. What is it could I offer you that this does not have to end in bloodshed?
Proper talk would be appreciated. I see now that you are willing to sit here and talk and spread your word and actually, sit down and try and express yourself. Is there anything much more I can ask?
He walks down the steps and stands a few feet from you, kind of making himself vulnerable in front of all five of you, but he does have his blade in his hand. Here I am. Let's talk.
Now, I'm going to start off quite simply.
As you say this, Mazar pats your leg to signify that you're good.
Yeah, I'm just going to continue talking for a moment. I get the signals there, but I want to keep him busy until the others arrive.
Yeah.
Now, I do appreciate that you are here for your other members. Your family, I would say you'd go as far as to consider them to an extent. I would do the same for my own. These men I stand with, I would go through the ends of the earth to get back if I could. I've only known them a short period of time, but they've done more for me than many have in my life. So I understand what you're trying to do, and I understand you want to get out of here with as little bloodshed as possible. But I wish to understand more about what you're going to do, because I keep hearing mixed things from everyone. I hear from your tiefling friend that, getting back everyone who ever wronged her, but then even those who have wronged her might not have even done so realizing her true self. Like, people make mistakes in life and people can be corrected and put onto the right course. Your friend Strongtar, he was wronged in his early ages and then was influenced, being made into a barbarian of sorts and, you know, being used as a weapon instead of being treated like a person. And then Christoph, I've heard his story, and it made me realize that had I gone down and been influenced by something greater than myself instead of having someone to rely on, I would have turned up exactly like him. Which is why I'm not going to fight you or your friend back there with the bow. I wish to talk. I wish to understand. I wish to see if there's more to this than meets the eye. I want to be able to understand if all of you truly understand what you're going for, if it's all the same goal, or if it's just breadcrumbs of sorts being scattered so you all follow a simple direction.
Interesting. We have our purpose. We follow Christoph, for he has the spoken word. He will lead us to a better world. What I have told you is the truth. It is not about wiping out millions and millions of people. It is about making change in this world. What do you think? We snap our fingers and wipe out half of the mortal realm? That is not what is to happen. Once the Black Circle is united, we perform nothing but a simple ritual. A ritual we actually would want you to bear witness to. And after it is complete, the world will change for the better.
Change how?
We will be able to identify where the evil is in this world, and we will wipe it out. Systems like this government need to be taken down and refixed, brought back to its former glory. Westershen is a shell of its former self when it first came out of the Light and Dark War. I should know. I used to be a soldier for its military. And the acts we committed were not of noble warriors.
Barrett sort of just disgruntledly dismisses him.
I hear your case. I really do. I understand that you've witnessed heinous things and you've maybe been the perpetrator of some yourself because of orders and commands from people who are corrupted and evil at heart. But I can promise you this. The world is ever changing as it is. And while there will always be villains and people who will seek to do wrong, as time goes on, you will find more and more people wanting to do good. I see that now more than ever. When I first encountered Christoph thanks to my friend here, Bjorn, I thought, this guy's no better than the fucking demons that I've seen in my life and the bandits that I've had to slay and capture. But then upon hearing his story, I've realized that while he might be doing an act which I might myself not agree with, from hearing what I've heard from his companions, from you, I believe there may be some merit to it. But while there is merit to it, I do also believe that there is a way of going about it. If you can guarantee, or if you can at least tell me right now, that after this thing, if you ever do get around to doing it, is actually done, your goal is not to kill these people, but instead bring it to light just how corrupted and villainous they are. Myself and everyone here might even be willing to consider it. Because I myself, I've taken lives. I'm not going to deny that. I really have. But I'm not going to sit there and give villains the easy way out by just killing them. I'm going to make them suffer. I'm going to make them wait in a cell for years until they die themselves. And that's the correct way to handle it.
Just like you were prepared to do to all of us.
No. Justice by death is not justice at all. Simply revenge. No matter if it comes quickly or if it comes prolongedly. As I've stated many times before, truly, everyone can change. I believe that wholeheartedly.
You all have a way with words. It is our desire to make this world better. We simply have our plan we were seeking to follow. If you have suggestions,
He looks around the room.
for the sake of this negotiation, I'd be willing to hear them out. Perhaps Kristoff is one to be reasoned with. We've never spoken against him.
And as he's saying that, the doors bust open and dozens of soldiers march around the room and point their spears at him. I should have known the Black Circle would have found their way into the city despite all our efforts, Harlequin says as he walks in. Nazar, are you alright?
I'm fine. Just grab him, please.
Good job for distracting him, everybody. It's nice to know we can come in here and wrap all this up nice and firmly. And you up there on the pillar, I know you're up there. You better come down if you know what's good for you.
It looks like the tables have turned against us.
Now, both of you, this does not need to continue into any more violence. First off, where is Strontar?
Well, should you tell him, Isaiah?
Strontar is strong, has a strong heart, and we could not risk bringing him around the likes of you five anymore, in fear that he might really decide his loyalty is spent with the wrong people. We've had his back, but it seems your persuasion skills know no bound. There is a reason he is not here. It is so you cannot sway him with your lies, telling him instead of being locked in a cell, he could spend his days helping people. After all the bodies that have laid at his feet, he knows he cannot be saved. At least that's what Kristoff told him.
Can I roll insight to see if he's telling the truth?
Sure.
I have bad insight, but we're gonna try anyways. Oops. Gotta put a space in between, 'cause that's how this fucking thing works. Please, come on, roll 20. And that's only a 7.
You have no idea. You
Fair
can just assume. You can assume he's being honest since he's not showing any like visual signs, but it's no guarantee.
Yeah, and I did hear the fact that there was a report of somebody looking like Strontar coming into the city as well.
Now,
Listen,
I will say...
Harlequin.
Sorry, you go.
We might be able to get something even more productive done here. If you would allow us some more time before making any actions, we might be able to come to an agreement of sorts with the Black Circle.
Look, I understand your willingness to try and help those that are lost souls, but my job, the job that I have to this city, is to apprehend any and all criminals. I will arrest these men if they come willingly, but if they put up resistance, I will be forced to handle it with violence. They have caused so much pain and so much suffering to people I know personally. Negotiations aren't going to go anywhere. You stalled for time. For all we know, that's exactly what they are. The big green one isn't here for a real reason, isn't he?
He is not here for the reason I spoke of.
Perhaps. And he draws his sword. Isaiah, near call, I order you to drop your arms and stand down immediately, or will you have no choice but to attack?
Please, just do it.
Is that what it has come to? You want to talk? Oh, Isaiah, we don't want to harm you. And now I stand here, outnumbered and outmatched. You truly are liars like all the others.
No, I stand by my word. We still want to give you a chance to speak to us and let us know, and we can try to help you better your plan. I still stand by that. But as of right now, I cannot let you roam freely. I hope you understand that all I'm asking you to do is just allow yourself to be arrested so we can actually take time to talk. Allow you time to think.
Roll persuasion real quick. I'm rolling. I gotta roll for something.
Can I give him,
that's a nat 20 for a 24.
Oh, never mind. Doesn't need it.
Yeah, that was with my that's without my inspiration, but I haven't used that.
Well, perhaps one day we could all come to a better conclusion on the state of the world. Perhaps all 10 of us can find the proper direction for our plans. And perhaps even Kristoff himself can be swayed. I hold out hope that what the plan says we must do isn't what we have to do.
And he actually sits down
Nearcall, get out of here. I surrender.
And Nearcall climbs up and jumps out of a hole he made in the roof. And some of the the guards can't shoot at him in time. Damn it! I hope you all know what you're doing.
We hope so as well, but this seems to be the right path.
As the guards walk up to apprehend Isaiah, he holds out his hands to be shackled.
You all made a choice today. You chose to not give us what we want in hopes for a better future. I chose to distract you long enough so that our plans could be fulfilled.
And as the guards catch him, they go through his hands.
You didn't actually believe I would stand here and expose myself to all you. You want to know where I truly am? Where do you think?
And his form fades.
Peter
Wait,
Christoph.
Oh, fuck.
It was a major illusion.
Can major
Fuck.
illusions, like, physically interact with people?
Yeah.
Major illusions
Yeah.
can do
Major illusions.
way more.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
And he's gone, and the guards are all shocked. And Harlequin, punches the wall. No! Where? The prison! And he takes off, just running, and the guards run after him.
Yeah, we're running after as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll use a first level cure wounds on Mizar before I go.
Okay. Yeah, he just he just points with his staff. Go! I'll be fine. Thanks, but you have to stop them. Shit, that hurt.
And we make a bolt for it. We're fucking sprinting, boys.
Okay.
Full tilt.
Full tilt. Off in the distance, as you approach, you do hear, not an explosion, but things collapsing in the distance. You actually see people begin to run away. The prison's being attacked! Somebody help us, dear gods! And they're all running past you as you all kind of have. It takes you a while to kind of force your way through all these people running in the wrong direction. Eventually, you are able to make it to the prison. You see countless robed figures and guards all lay slain. You can assume these black-robed figures are either mercenaries hired or other, lesser Black Circle members.
Yeah.
As you push through, Harlequin, he sees something move up top. I'm going up top. I try and block the way they got in. The rest of you go to the bottom and stop Kristoff's escape. And he takes up the stairs.
All right.
Oh, brilliant.
So you all begin to make your way down the steps. Various prisoners have been broken out. The guards begin to engage them, trying to let the more experienced adventurers make your way to the basement. As you come down the layer by layer, you eventually reach a torchlit room. There's no more windows down here. You're in the basement of the prison. The stairs lead. There's multiple cells all around you. The stairs leading down to grates on the floor. There are numerous skeletons standing, and they turn to face you. They all have a purplish glow to the eyes, the same purple energy that Isaiah gives off. You actually see down in the distance a armor-clad figure comes out with a messed up face, and it is Isaiah.
I knew you would find us, but it's all too late for you.
And, he's not alone.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
He's not alone? You
So-
mean there's more?
Who Isaiah's? Yo.
No.
It's not Isaiah's, it's
It's Ian.
Isaiah's.
Oh, no, it's
Isaiah.
Isaiah.
I thought it was
Whatever.
Ian.
So, you guys are in this
Ian.
really awkward situation, so I'm not going to tell you to roll initiative, but what are you going to do?
So, the only entrance in and out of this place is behind us, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So, Bjorn will kind of shout out, Isaiah, I know you weren't technically there for what we talked about, but surely you understand where we're coming from still. This doesn't have to end in any more bloodshed.
You're right, it does not. Step aside while we leave, and no one has to get hurt. Our plans must be fulfilled, all for the greater good, and one day you will realize that.
He has a very serious expression on his face, he genuinely does not want to fight you right now.
I stand by what I said, Isaiah. I do not want to fight you either. But I can't let you go. As I told you up top, all you have to do is turn yourself in and we can talk about this. We can work on bettering your plan and we can work this out properly. I want to get rid of as much corruption as I can. I want to see true peace. But I can't let whatever you plan go to a head. People need to face real justice.
It is pointless, Isaiah, Kristoff says as he walks out of his broken down cell. We all know the path that they stay on and the path that we stay on. Our path is our own. We knew the 5 of us would be alone in this. As much as I respect their valiant efforts to sway us, all they seek to do is fight a corrupted system that they cannot beat. I know the right path we must take. We cannot allow ourselves to be swayed. But I will give you the final decision here. Do you really think we should stay here, locked up in these cells for them to maybe come visit us for the greater good? Instead of pulling a psych, we'll look into your claims without ever letting you see the light of day? Is that a risk you really want to take? Think back to your time on the battlefield. All those you were forced to kill. And all for what? A system you don't truly believe in? Can you really trust these soldiers that speak to you now?
Very well.
Well, what if we don't have to stay here?
Don't stay here how? You know this city wouldn't let me stand here before you unless I was either beheaded or in a cell. And frankly, he stretches, I quite like my freedom.
Well, we can at least try to go somewhere and buy us some time to talk a little bit more. There's a way off of this place.
They all...
I appreciate what you're trying to do, Beyond, but I can't let you do that either.
What other choice do we have? Our choices are to either fight or to let them go.
Thanks for the subscription, Dyer.
They have almost all of their members now except for one, and there's even a chance that they could find her. We've seen what our words can do. Better than our fists. Shouldn't we at least try?
I would love to, but...
Performance or communism?
I would love to try, but... I'm going to be honest, with Kristoff leading them, there is no way we can truly get through to them. He's always got something up his sleeve. And that's unfortunate that it is that case. I will always stand by you in making the right call. But I cannot let you allow them to leave. I will not allow them.
This is wrong. All of this is wrong.
And I'm just writing something. You can keep talking if you want. I'm just doing a thing.
Or don't. It's up to you. No, I'm kidding.
You don't have to. Just make this really fucking awkward, too. But...
Kristoff, how can you be so sure of your plan? How can you be so sure that you're not the one being misguided by whatever this Dark King is?
Because I've already seen the ritual that I intend to perform. Once I have a specific book, a specific empowered gemstone, and the proper location, all I will need then is to recite some ancient words. They were the only thing spoken to me by the Dark King. I know what this ritual is. He did not feed me something to do. I was guided to this realization. I know what can be done, and it will be quite easy. You can even be there to see it. I simply need my tools to do so.
You sound like every other priest and paladin that you claim could be so weak-willed.
Indeed they were. They pray to gods who fought over the existence of these lands. They pray to gods who wish to enslave us, deeming us lesser than. Now, of course, they are all mighty immortals, but we mortals have a right to live our own lives, don't we? Only the Supreme Being himself ever fought on our true behalf.
We can't just continue to fight them without knowing what's truly going on.
I do agree, but we can't just let them leave either.
What do we do?
I want them to be able to share with us what they're planning to do. I want them to be able to talk to us. I want to work this out properly. I want them to be able to resolve their problems and solve what they need to solve without any of this. Like, well, they're treated as common criminals because, as far as we are aware, they were. But they're not just common criminals, are they? No, they're trying to do something that overall all of us can probably appreciate, but the way that they're going about it is wrong. And that's why we need to take more time to think about this.
We don't have time. We make a decision here and now. I'm sorry, my friends. I can't fight them like this. I'm gonna slowly kind of approach with my axe still behind me to show that I'm not gonna be hostile anyway.
Okay.
Kristoff?
Oop! You birthed another bear, sorry.
Oh. Kristoff, if you would meet me in the middle.
I find this rather interesting.
Boss, be careful.
Don't worry. I am not too concerned about this.
Wait, is one of them the Dragonborn?
Yeah, that's him.
Top right. Well, top left even.
Top left? Oh,
Yeah.
that is him. I for some reason didn't see that. If I can... I'm a little close, but I didn't hit that.
Yeah, you're yeah, don't kiss him, yeah. Gross. It's kind of gay, I don't know.
He's so handsome. If I can help you get off this island, can you promise me that you're not going to hurt anyone else?
He thinks for a moment.
I do believe I can make that promise.
And Bjorn holds out his hand to shake it.
He... Okay, let me roll for something. Okay. He pauses for a moment, but he reaches out and he grabs your hand.
I'll turn back to the rest of the group. Now, are you going to try to stop us? Or are you going to come with us?
Oh, this is a delicious outcome.
So 4 of you have a decision to make.
I look over at the rest of the party and I look over at Bjorn, like understanding why he's doing what he's doing, but it's just a matter of like, no, I can't agree with this.
Sorry, I'm back.
That's all good.
Oh,
I don't want to have to fight you, but I can't let you lead them out of here.
And what of the rest of you?
who's doing what?
I'm torn. I'm torn between letting them leave to
He
see
can't. I
what
can't.
they. What?
I can't let him
You
leave.
are all more than
I
welcome
can't.
to come with us.
No.
Kristoff holds
sorry,
out his
hang on.
hand.
I'm willing to take you all with me. We can do this together. You just have to have a little faith.
No. We have come this way. I'm not gonna let you get away with this.
And my friends, I am truly sorry for this. Bjorn will take his axe out from behind his back and get ready to fight.
Oh shit! Fight. Okay.
I'll cast sleep.
Okay. Okay.
So let me just go ahead and do the
So you're
Dice
casting
roll.
it. You're casting it on him.
an additional 2d8 for each slot above level 1. I'm gonna do it at the 3rd level, so that's plus 4 d8. And that's gonna be it's gonna be 9 d8 total.
Oh my gosh.
Oof, that's yikes.
So
So let me tell you, if you have a fucking what's it HP currently less than 45, you fall asleep.
Less than 45?
he's a barbarian.
I'm at 65 HP.
Fuck. All right. So he's a
Yeah.
lot. He's
You're
awake.
I was about
20.
to say, if he does use
Yeah,
that,
that'd be-
Kind of like Bjorn just kind of like shakes off the like he feels obviously that you casted that spell and attempted
Yeah.
to. Well, I appreciate your first attempt being as nice as it was, but I won't go down that easily.
It was a good try, right?
He has like a casual conversation about it.
He kind of chuckles at that. Yes, it was, Asher. Christoph, do you mind standing back a little bit?
Oh, with pleasure.
Within like 30 feet, I guess.
Oh, gee.
Yeah, that's quite a
fuck.
bit.
Damn it, I can't get. Damn, I wish I could have got my sleep spell off.
I am going to bonus action rage.
Okay, I love where this is going, by the way.
Guys, get him below 45 health, and I can put him to sleep again.
Where's my app? I gotta see my magic table.
Oof.
Wild surge table.
Do 20. Just do 20 damage, guys. Okay.
And because I am doing this with the effect, with the training that I have, and I'm doing this willingly, I should get a +1 and -1.
You get plus or minus 1 to the roll, yes.
Cool. Let's see what I get. That's an 8. What is an 8? No, it's not gonna do that.
So it can be 7 or 8 here.
Not really what I wanted, but it is what it is. All right.
He's
Yeah.
turning us against each other.
I won't, because you guys are now fighting me. I will not tell you what I have,
Okay.
That's fine.
but I now know what I have.
So you guys see the veins in his body pulse as his eyes get more serious and his pupils get really tiny, so you know he's raging.
Oh, brilliant.
Last chance.
I've seen what you can do with your rage, my friend, and while I do appreciate the warning, I cannot let you leave.
Oh, shit.
You'll have to kill me where I stand.
Oh my gosh, where's the popcorn?
I hope it doesn't have to come to that.
As my father said, it's not
Yeah,
his
mama.
ninja way.
As my
I
dad once
can't
said,
do a
oh no, I
friend-
stubbed my toe, but it didn't really hurt.
If I can't see a friend, how could I ever become a Hokage?
As my dad once said, Jalaka!
Oh, jeez. So you guys are fighting, then everybody's got to roll initiative.
All right,
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah.
guys, just do 20 damage, and I'll be able to get him to fall asleep.
That's a 20 on initiative.
That
you
is
get?
a 6 on initiative.
6. Okay. You're all the way down
Got a
here.
9.
Leave.
I got 19.
19.
That's a 15
You know what, joysticks?
initiative.
I'm glad all your rolls are bad.
All right. Maxi boy, what'd you get?
It's the one time my bad
20.
rolls are working in your favor.
No, genuinely.
They work in our favor with the fucking, what's it called? Your rage.
All right.
Kinda.
So, top of the turn order then. Kristoff's just gonna say, well, since we've seemed to gain a new ally, we will pull our punches. All of you hear me. We fight to incapacitate, not kill.
As you wish, boss.
Oh, that's a little unfortunate, but very well, as you wish. And it's actually Near Call's turn. He has the highest initiative here. So, he's just going to take some shots. He's going to shoot direct. What are you doing? He's going to shoot.
Oh, so he is going to shoot at me.
No, just move yourself back. It's not your turn. You didn't move before.
I
No.
want to hide.
No. Sit. You can move on your turn. You had your chance. All right, so he's gonna take 2 shots at you, Max. I almost called you Macintosh. Damn it.
Dang
Hey!
Max. So with his longbow.
Okay.
So plus. Okay. That'll be a natural 20 for 26.
Oh,
I shit you not. And that one's only an 11, but he's going to use his bonus action to quick adjust and get a 24 to hit. So that's going to be 2 hits, 1 a crit.
Fuck me.
So let's see. So 1. Okay, so that's 2. Or I know what I was going to do. Ooh! Okay. So that's. Hang on. So the first shot is going to be the crit. So that's going to be 18 points of piercing damage as he just fires this like goes into the side of you, like it's enough to like wind you just. And then the second one, thanks to his shot, that's gonna be okay. That's only gonna be 4 piercing damage, as this one just kind of shoots into the side, like cuts through the side of your leg, as he's trying to like cut you down to size a bit. So, and that's gonna be his turn. Rizzler, you are up.
Could I just pull out my rapier and then... I don't wish to fight or kill anyone, but I wish to understand each side more respectively. I understand that our side wants to protect everyone and keep everyone safe, but the other side, I don't completely understand why they can't just come to terms with us and sit down and talk, even if it is in this area here.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll move a little there. I'll be.
Okay.
I'll be there.
So are you going? You're not gonna fight. You're just gonna stand there, or?
I'm just gonna ready my rapier.
Okay.
In preparation for anything.
Gotcha. All right, then it is Kristoff's turn. I gotta see what I'm doing here. Sorry. All right, so he is going to run in. I gotta see how far we can go here. Well, that's too far. What? How is that? Oh, because it's like that.
It's weird.
Stupid thing. All right, we're going based on these squares for the record, so.
Oh, okay.
So he's gonna run right over there. And he is going to cast, because he remembers how tanky you are, he's going to cast Lightning Bolt at Barrett.
Okay.
Which I believe... Wait, let me double check.
Saving throw.
Yes.
All right.
Which I believe he gets disadvantage to because it's a lightning attack.
Is that true? Because of plate armor?
Yeah.
I know lightning affects metallic
You're
armor,
If you're wearing metal, yeah. So it's a 10 on the dex save.
Okay. So, Lightning Bolt, that's a lot of d6 for the record. So we're gonna roll. That is, ooh boy. Okay, and then, that's 9. That's gonna be.
I don't like how he's counting.
I think it makes you guys a little antsy. That is going to be 35 points of lightning damage as just shooting out from his hands a beam of lightning. As it hits your armor, it arcs throughout your entire body, and you feel it scorch your skin all over.
Okay.
Sorry for dishing out so much pain, but I gotta drop the big one to his knees first. And then...
I thought I was the big one.
That's gonna be...
How much did you say, sir?
That's gonna be hit with 35 lightning damage.
35 lightning. Gosh.
And Kristoff will end his turn. That makes it Max's turn.
Oh boy, this is gonna be fun. All right, so we're basing it off like the squares here, right?
Yeah, I know there's none on the stairs, but it got weird looking when I put the actual game grid on it, so.
5, 10, 15. How far would that be? So, 5, 10.
To give you an idea, from me to Barrett is 45 feet.
Okay, then.
Yeah, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like 4.
So here's the thing. The ruler, for some reason, is like counting like in between these tiles.
It's counting the... Okay, so there's a grid underneath this, but then this map had these like tiled markers on it. The grid underneath doesn't fit them, no matter how hard I tried to get it to. So the grid would actually go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, like that. I'm going 5, 10, 15, 20.
Right.
Because these squares are bigger. So it's like, we'll say for the stairs, that's like 20 feet. They're big stairs. And then that's 25, 30, that kind of thing. So.
All right, shit. Well, I'm going to stay up here, and I'm going to cast, because it's in range, Cloud of Daggers on Bjorn.
Okay.
All right. Fair enough.
Oh, fuck. I forgot to grab the image. I knew I was missing something. I don't have a thing for this. Hang on. Wait. I don't have knives. but I have a storm cloud.
No worries.
There you go.
Hey.
So, cloud of daggers will surround
Knives
him
will
on
rain out of that.
all 4 sides.
Okay.
And then I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast on.
Do those
Christoph.
do those just hit, or is that like a
If you
is that like
move.
a dex saving throw or something?
They have to wait until you do anything on your turn.
But do they-
Is
So
it
you can
like,
literally.
do I have like, is it like moving like a square, or like if I just take an
whatever.
action at all?
You fill the air with spinning daggers in a cube 5 feet on each side, centered on a point you choose within range. A creature takes 4d4 slashing damage when it enters the spell's area for the first time on a turn, or starts its turn there.
Oh, so I just have to exist. Okay, got it.
Yeah, you just have to exist. And then I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast on Christoph. That's an 18 to hit.
Just hits.
Ooh! Okay,
Ooh.
scary.
Very scary.
And that's 10 damage.
Okay, so you fire that. Well, actually, I'll just say now that's actually 1 over. So you would have hit even if it was a 17. I'll just reveal that now.
say.
So 17 is his number.
Scary.
Okay, 10 damage. All right, so you fire out, and he just tanks it in the chest. Just that doesn't really react to it, but he took damage.
Amazing. We hate to see it.
Mm-hmm.
You hate to see it.
Anything else, Monsieur Max?
No, I think that's where I'm going to call my turn there.
Okay, Bjorn, it's your turn.
Fantastic. How big is the area you said? It's like a 10-foot cube.
5-foot cube. It
5 foot
surrounds you on all sides.
Like this.
Cool. I mean, so I imagine I'm gonna have to go ahead and take the
Hit.
44 slashing. So
Let
go
me
ahead
just
and-
roll
you
that
just
real
go ahead
quick.
And do that.
Unless you chuck your axe, but then you risk losing it, so.
That is 14 damage.
Okay, 14 reduced to 7 because I'm raging.
Boom. It's cool having a barbarian on my team.
Right?
I mean,
It'd be really cool if you're still on mine.
Strontar's my barbarian, but you guys make him question himself,
So,
so. yeah.
So, King, you said that I could throw my axe, but I risk losing it. I actually am going to throw my axe
Oh. Well then.
because I can do that. And I'm gonna throw it at Barrett since he's 45 feet away from me.
Okay.
Hold on, I gotta remember what my hit
5,
DC
10, 15,
plus
20,
is.
25, 30, 35. Yeah, he is, okay.
That's only a 14. Fuck.
Yeah,
That'll miss.
you should know him well
So-
enough to know how hard it is to hit him. so.
You've been trolled.
Gotta,
You've
gotta
been
play more than
trolled.
anything. But what you guys will notice is, I'll throw my axe, and it will however you want to say that it misses, whether it pings off of his armor or it just,
Yeah, it'll hit his armor and bounce back. It's not strong enough to pierce the armor. So.
The axe, after dropping to the ground, will teleport back to my hand.
Whoosh.
And now I have it again.
Fucking Kratos looking ass.
You gonna try again, or?
Don't call me boy.
Boy.
Yeah,
I'm
you know
on
what?
hand.
I will. You know what? I will try again. Because why the fuck not? See if I can pull it off. Actually, now that I think about it,
So I am
look
gonna
at-
say,
look at one
because
of
this
those
is
creatures.
somewhat PvP, you can't kill one another, okay? I never allowed
no,
that
I'm
to
well
happen.
aware. I'm
that's
well
fine.
aware. I'm well
So,
aware.
yeah.
Damn it.
Okay. You know what?
Damn.
I just
Let's
realized
find
that
out who's
first,
stronger, Sasuke.
That still wouldn't have worked, but I forgot that because I'm raging, my modifier for attack goes
yeah.
up.
Yeah, you get +2.
That's a 26
Oh,
to hit.
That'll hit.
Oof.
I'm assuming that does hit Barrett.
Yeah, that'll hit.
And his shield shit can't stop it either.
But I am gonna cast Blade Ward, so that I do have resistance to it.
Is it resistance to a specific type of damage or?
You have resistance against bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing.
So the
Fantastic,
melee
because
damage.
you're about to take psychic damage.
Oh! And he can't
Sorry,
not
I know.
cast it now.
I know. I'm sorry, but.
Oh, that's dope.
Okay. All right.
That's amazing.
You're
Sorry.
giving King ideas.
Deal psychic damage.
That's literally what it says on my map. So now that you guys have seen it, shadows weave around a weapon of your choice you are holding. Until your rage ends, your weapon deals psychic damage instead of bludgeoning, slashing,
Wow.
or piercing. And it gains the light and
instead.
thrown properties with a normal range of 20 feet and a long range of 60 feet. If you drop the weapon or throw it, the weapon dissipates and reappears in your hand at the end of your turn.
I am so hard right now.
And that is 19
19
damage, almost max.
Wow.
Out.
So this time he
19
chucks the
psychic
shadow
damage.
axe. It cuts barely into you, but it shocks your brain, and you feel this immense pain in the back of your head and your eyes.
Wow. Okay.
And the axe will reappear back in my hand. I'm giving you an opportunity to stand down. Obviously, I don't plan on killing any of you. But I'm not going to hold back either. I know how strong you are.
Okay. It is Isaiah's turn. I gotta remember what he can do. Sorry. So he is going to cast his. He's just gonna cast his necrotic bolt. Can he land that? Yeah. Yeah, he can definitely hit that. So he's gonna cast his necrotic bolt at Rizzler. So a little black orb appears at the end of two of his fingers as he outstretches, and he's going to take 2 shots with it at you, Rizzler. Let's see if it hits. That is a 15 to hit, which I think just hits.
Yep.
And then that one's going to be a miss, so 1 will land. All right. So that is... Oh, damn, he rolled good, though. So that is going to be 14 points of necrotic damage as the pulse shoots you in the shoulder and even scorches the skin around it with undead energy.
Ouch.
Fuck
this guy.
And yeah, he's just going to stay there. All right, it is the Skeletron's turn. So.
Oh, wait, Wario reference?
No. So.
Aria mentioned, yo, let's go.
Yo.
Yeah?
So they're gonna be moving on up and moving on up and
All right, attack the little man that doesn't know what he wants to do.
I think he can just get there. Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna roll a d6, and whatever side it lands on is a slur, I'll call you. You're a silly Billy.
Thank God.
You would have hated to see what 6 was.
That could have been bad. Was that a 1? Is that what that was?
Yeah, that was a 1.
All right. So Rizzler, you have 2 attacks coming after you from these guys.
Yep.
Yeah, that's gonna be an 18, which will hit, and that's a nat 1. So the one guy gets a hit on. So you're gonna take. That's cocked. You're gonna take 5 points of slashing damage as it runs up and cuts you on the arm. I mean, he's gonna miss, but this guy is gonna try and stab you, Barrett.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a solid 9, so no way. Just, I mean, this guy's gonna try and stab you.
What can you
It's nice to see whenever my armor actually works. That's good. Good.
Good.
And that's a nat 1, so he'll just whoosh on you as well.
That's sick.
And then the skeletal priest back here, he's going to fire. Don't think I forgot about you, Asher. He's going to fire his dark bolt at you.
Wait, am I too far back whenever I'm sitting back here?
No.
Oh my God.
Damn it.
So move your ass back, bitch.
No.
Okay, first one's only a 12, so he misses. Second one's gonna be a... Hang on, let me do this right. That's gonna be a 15. That's gonna be a 15. So
not gonna hit.
It's gonna hit. It's a 15.
No, shut up.
All right.
I was going to cast magic or wizard armor, but I.
What do you mean?
Shut up. You don't have that spell.
That's gonna be.
I know what it's called.
Okay, that's 10 points of necrotic damage as it fires out and hits you in the knee.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Mark it down, pussy. All right,
We did because it wasn't that way.
Barrett, your turn.
Finally.
Oh, Giraffe redeemed 1d8 to a monster?
Wait, what?
No!
Why did you do that?
We were supposed to save it up and use it together to take down a boss.
No, but he redeemed it to a monster. So
So now they have a D8 against y'all.
taking Bjorn's side.
So
He's being attacked.
So he could pick a monster to to do an extra D8 of
I
damage.
am not a monster.
So whenever you want, Giraffe, tell me what monster you want to give it to, or enemy, I guess.
I'm gonna save it.
At this point in time, remember, enemy is subjective. That could be us or them.
Yeah. No, it's
Give it to Bjorn. No.
I was gonna say, can I convince you to give it to me?
Can I hold on to it?
yeah. You can hold
Or
it.
when I make okay.
Just let me know at some point. All right. So Barrett, you're up.
Right, cool beans. I'm gonna go ahead and Right, I'm gonna go ahead and just down this line here. I'm gonna throw my lightning javelin.
Oh, okay.
Yes, sir.
I
Love to
like
see
it.
Why are you saying that, Bjorn?
No, okay.
Get it right.
No, here's the thing. Like, I'm actually excited about this. I want to
Yeah.
see like what
I wanna see you
I'm
what
curious
y'all
use
do.
it.
as well.
Right, that's 18 to hit.
Okay,
Fuck, I
yeah,
kinda
that
want y'all
that
to hit
hits.
me.
So who are you? You're throwing it at this guy, right? Because you gotta throw it at something.
It was piercing, not AOE damage, though, wasn't it? Because I was gonna throw it down that direction.
Well, okay, it does piercing damage to who you hit it, and then it does the lightning damage to everything it passes by.
Oh right, okay, then I'm gonna hit that guy then.
Yeah. So yeah, that hits.
Okay, cool. That is 7 damage.
Piercing,
7 to him. Yeah.
and then you gotta roll the lightning damage, which I think is 2d8.
2d8. Right, that is 5, so it's 5 damage to them all.
Okay, so you throw the javelin, it hits this guy, and then as it arcs, each one takes lightning damage. This guy explodes, and the other two
Hey.
get damaged from the lightning. So you got 5 off of 2d8. That's rough.
That is
I
rough.
know, right?
All right. So yeah, those two are hurt now. Anything else?
That was your 16, huh?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Then it is Asher's turn. Why are you? I put you over here, bitch.
Come on, Asher.
I didn't do anything. I don't know. What
Do
you're
your
talking
part.
about. I
I'm doing
think
my part.
I want to cast. Now you got a lot of people in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want to cast Wall of Sand.
Okay.
So you can make the wall up to 30 feet long, 10 feet high, and 10 feet thick. It vanishes when the spell ends. Takes 10 minutes. The creature is blinded while in the wall space and must spend 3 feet of movement for 1 foot. It moves in there. So
jeez.
I can put it up to 90 feet away. It's going to be 10 feet thick and 10 feet high. So I want to put it approximately right here.
Here.
Right here.
Okay.
Here. Sorry.
Oh, here. Oh,
Here.
on these three.
So it's
Okay.
going to go vertical like this. This
Okay.
is going to block them for being able to see. We can take care of all these small guys really quick.
Okay.
But it's also going to keep these two right here inside of it, and they won't be able to see. They're going to get blinded, have to do some extra stuff. It won't hurt them. It's just going to do that.
Okay.
Okay. So Kristoff and I will be inside the wall of sand, basically.
Yeah. You
Yes.
watch as with his hands he
I
conjures
don't-
up sand to rain down on the two of you.
You did say every tile is 5 foot, right?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, then this guy won't get affected by it. He won't be inside of it. I mean, because I'm casting it right here. So yeah, there's that. That's my action.
Okay. There is now
Then I'm
sand
going
here
to
that
use-
I need some.
Then I'm going to use magic missile at the 3rd level.
Here, I'm just gonna. I have this ice wall, so we're just gonna use that.
Okay. So
And-
that's 4 damage times. It's 4 damage for each one of them, and I did at 3rd level, so that's
Yeah.
gonna be. How many is it at a time?
So wait, you're using magic missile, you said?
Yeah,
Okay. So, and what level?
it's 5. So I did it at level 3.
Level. Well, 3rd level means you get
5
5
darts.
bolt, you get 5 darts, and then
Yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying.
and then you can pick who to throw them at. And you said
So-
each. Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and pick 2 on this guy and 3 on this guy next to him.
Okay.
So that's gonna be 12 and 8 damage.
Okay. So firing
Unless-
the
yeah.
darts out, this guy and the other one takes the hit.
Yeah, he does. He takes it.
So yeah, you see a couple rigs crack off when the little orb of like white force energy pounces through him. All right, anything else, Asher?
That was my action and section, so.
I just
Okay.
realized I was too muted up and laughing at the concept of Skelly backshots and him taking the hits.
All right, top of the turn. Top of the turn
No,
order.
I'm laughing at it.
Near Call is going to use his wall climb to get up and over here, so he can see past the wall. And he is going
Hope he falls.
to.
Time to thin the herd a bit.
And he's just gonna keep shooting at you there, Maxi boy.
Please get such a low hit that I can just like catch it and taunt him. Please,
That's-
please.
They're both 17 to hit, both shots.
Fuck.
Well,
So, with his longbow, excuse me, that's gonna be. Oh, you rolled max. The first one's gonna be.
No, he didn't roll Max. Max is here.
The first one's
Max
gonna
is
be
right there.
11 piercing,
like
Fuck.
five, six
and
sides.
the second one's gonna be 9 piercing, so that's 20 piercing total. As the next two shots kind of shoot into your ankles.
Brilliant. Is that? Wait, how? Oh, it's 60 feet. I don't think I can reach 60 feet over there. That's a shame.
I'm back from my dead now.
Not yet.
No, not yet.
Not yet, he says.
It's gonna happen. Our hardest hit is on the other team now.
All right, so
Yeah.
that's his turn. Rizzler, it's your turn.
Alrighty. First off, I'm going to swing at this Mr. Skelling Man.
Okay,
Mr. Boner Pants.
That is a 16 to hit.
that'll hit.
Wow. 5 damage.
5. Okay, and he already took 8. So you actually, as you swing upwards, you decapitate him.
All right, and then
yeah.
can I call out? I'm gonna yell out to Mr. Bjorn or just the other side.
Okay.
Kinda hard to hear you over the sand, but go ahead.
Tell
Oh
me,
my god.
What?
Sketchy's chair's broke.
Wait, what?
You got way too
using
excited.
the chair. He's in the process of moving because like his house is being renovated. He's having to use a fucking shitty wooden chair.
Oh my god, Sketch, I'm so sorry. That's
Oh my
I
god.
need
that
to
one
be
on strength.
excused momentarily if you.
yikes.
You just rolled a nat 1 on sitting.
That's
What a
funny as
dumbass.
fuck. Kid's
Can't even
sick.
sit in
Wow.
a chair right. Wow, we're fighting this guy?
What a dumbass.
All right, what do you yell out, Rizzler?
Bjorn, tell me what you see in these guys, and what are you getting at?
It's not that simple. These people, while I don't think their actions are morally just, I think that their intentions, at least somewhat, are pure. And I believe that if given enough time and if we can talk to them a little bit, we might be able to change something. We might be able to work together, combine our powers to really, really help this world. The 5 of us on our own, sure, we can do a lot. But the more powerful allies we have on our side, the better.
Maybe that would be true, but how do we know that they aren't going to turn on us once we make their decisions happen? And what if we turn on them? What if
Well,
there is no end to this cycle?
I don't know about the rest of you, but I have always been a man of my word. And if this comes back to bite me, so be it. I choose to have my faith in people.
Be it so. I do
Kill.
believe that you are of best intentions,
As I believe the rest of you are as well.
and maybe it be that I join and help because I want to see how far we can go with these.
Wow.
But I may need a little more persuasion, so be it, to join and help the ones that we've been fighting for quite some time.
Well, I'll try to persuade you on my turn, because we're taking up. a
Yeah,
lot.
that's kind of all you're allowed to say right now. So.
Yep, nope, that's good. That's all I
So-
wanted to say.
It's up to you, Rizzler. What do you want to do on your turn now, physically?
Physically,
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna walk down the steps just a little bit more.
Okay,
And
you're
that'll
not
be it.
Okay,
And can I also prepare dodge just for anything else?
sure.
Cool.
Prepare yourself a dodge. Okay.
You better prepare.
Okay. So, that's your turn. Then it is Kristoff's turn. So he can go through the sand, right? It just takes a long time.
It'll take 3 times as much.
Okay, so well he can do. So okay, well that would take 10, so it's gonna take 30 to get through it, I guess. Okay, so that's 30 movement right there.
Bless you.
And then, okay, that's as far as he can go then. Alrighty, it's his turn, and he can't get in close, which is what he was hoping to do. Shit.
Sucker. You're welcome, guys. I have that strategic advantage.
Well,
Shut up, King.
lucky for him, yeah,
Trying to do something.
let's just make this a little bit easier, shall we? And he's gonna cast Dispel Magic on this thing. Realizing
it's
that...
a physical object, so it's not magic anymore.
But isn't it not a spell that stays there for a duration?
Shut up.
Okay, that's the answer I
Surprised you
needed.
didn't- I'm surprised you
Right.
didn't cast it before moving, but you know what? Pop off, Kristoff.
No, well, he has a reason for it, because he thought he could kind of just, like, walk right through it, so...
Yeah, that's
Um,
fair. He doesn't know
Tries
that.
walking in
Bjorn
the
doesn't know that
glass.
either, so that makes
he
sense.
doesn't, he doesn't know what it is, so, that's kind of why I had him do it. Okay,
Yeah.
so... Hang on, I gotta double check this. So choose... Oh, wait, what level did you cast it at?
It's a 3rd level spell.
Okay, any spell of 3rd level or lower on the target ends, so...
you go.
Yeah, so he just points to it, and he, with a wave of his fingers, he dispels it.
Ball.
Bjorn is like shaking his head to like get like sand out of his ears.
Yeah, and he's like smacking it.
Why, Sandy?
Alright. There's nothing else he can do anyway. That's kinda his spell thing. Yeah, he's gonna just ready up. Alright, Max, you're up.
Alrighty. So I'm gonna do a funny,
That's hilarious.
realizing the severity of this situation. I'm going to, like, hold up my baton so, like, the shorter end is pointed inwards, as if it was, like, pointed towards my body.
Mm-hmm.
I grab the open space at the tip, as if, like, I'm grabbing, like, another handle, and I cast Shadow Blade,
Okay.
pulling out a sword from the darkness that I conjure myself.
Ooh.
Nice.
Can I have that?
And
Can I have it?
what I love about this spell is that it's considered a bonus action,
Oh, it's
Wow.
a
even
cantrip?
at a level 2.
Oh, well, that's fucking
Damn.
awesome.
Well, that's your
And
bonus
upon-
action, then.
And upon conjuring that, I then follow up by twatting the fuck out of the skeleton.
Okay.
That's a 16 to hit.
That hits.
Baller, and that is 7 damage.
Alright, so you swing out with your blade. The shadows don't really damage it as much as it damages the life
Oh, no,
force
I hit the
supporting it,
club.
so...
I hit it with a club
Oh,
because my action.
but I
my
thought it was
bonus
like a
action
shadow
to conjure the
blade.
sword.
okay.
No, like the blade is in my offhand now, which I can use in a bonus action.
Oh, so you just
Oh, the
smacked him with the
blade
club.
can be- oh.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Well, then, yeah, you just crack him in the face. Either way, it's still alive, but it took a hit. So. All right, Bjorn, your turn. You're free to move too.
Yeah, so the lightning lance, it landed probably like what, around here or something?
Yes, and keep in mind it can only
Okay.
use that effect once per day.
That's fine. That's fine. Either way, I am going to use, I think, what did I determine? 5, 10, 15, 20. We'll say roughly 20 to 25 movement.
It's 20 to get over here. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll use 20 movement to get over here, pick up the lance, and put it in the holster that my axe was previously in.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm gonna
I can't believe it.
try
He chawed
to-
your blade. He chawed your spear. What the fuck?
Like it or not, Asher still has all your money, buddy.
If you want your money back, you better save my ass.
Oh no, money! To think Bjorn's lived with that for so long. It's fine. No, I'm kidding.
Bjorn from Ohio.
You know what? I'm taking your money from now on.
You're not
Yeah,
getting
I'll
any
continue.
more.
I'll continue on the path we were going on with Rizzler. Oh, I should have spent this time. I tried to figure out what I was gonna say, and I totally didn't do that. I was mesmerized by what everyone else was doing.
Oh my gosh.
Um,
I do that too. It's fine.
My friend, if you're already on the fence about something like this, perhaps it's best if you try to hear both sides. Trying to fight our... I'm talking to Rizzler. I mean, this will obviously pertain to the rest of you as well, but Rizzler was the one who was on the fence, so this is kind of like a way to, like, one, convince him, but two, put it out into everybody else's mind as well. Continuing this bout with violence and bloodshed is just going to divide us even further. What I've done is potentially bridged a gap between two fighting parties to hopefully come to some sort of agreement and hopefully do some real good in this world. I know that you all have your doubts, and I know that it's hard to trust people who, for as far as we've seen so far, have committed atrocities. But as we've also heard from almost everyone that we've spoken to in the Black Circle, they need someone to believe in them. I can't say that I completely agree with what Kristoff is doing, or like that I even want to see what the Dark King is even planning. But if we can talk, if we can reason, and if we can understand each other a little bit more, perhaps we can really do some good for this world. We've seen it firsthand how corrupt this place can be. I, for one, know that I can't do this alone. And as much as I trust the rest of you, we are not enough.
Bjorn, I'm proud of you for sticking to your ninja way, but this is not right.
It's not my ninja way!
You Sasuke!
Bjorn, for what you've said, I do believe that you may be onto something, but if I'm to join your cause and see this through, I'm going to be needing to keep a very close eye on what they're doing and how they're doing it. But for now, I believe that it would be the best choice to stop the bloodshed and try and figure out a way to do something else. So as of right now, I'm going to be joining you and try and figure out a way to make the world better. Even if it means joining on the enemy side, or so we see.
Okay. Bjorn, what else you doing?
That's it.
That's your turn? Okay.
Yeah, I've now convinced somebody else. I don't see any reason to continue attacking.
Mr. King, do you have my charts and all that good stuff?
Yes, I have your stuff.
Okay, cool. Because I have to run, and
Okay.
hopefully I should be back in time to
Okay.
do
Well,
more things.
Thanks for playing. Hope to see you back soon. Hurry up and go salute your boss.
Yeah.
Eat his ass.
See you, man.
Country whale, boy.
Gotta do some salutations.
All right.
All right, I'll be back.
See you, man. All right. So with him saying that, they're directing their gaze to everybody else. Then, he's just gonna move over a bit. It is now downpouring next to my house, by the way, so that's fun. Just like it is outside in the game.
Matches the setting of the game.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So it's like real life. Whoa.
So, Isaiah's gonna go back
Except I
with
can't
an
use a
oldie but a
dragon.
goodie. He's gonna cast Hunger of Hadar, and it's going to appear, this black smoky cloud that you can still see through. It's going to appear around all three of you, basically like that. So,
That's the
brilliant.
Tasha's cauldron thing, I think.
so yeah, it appears that, well, it's the best I got. So shut up. So. It doesn't do anything right now. It's only going to happen when you start your turn. But he's going to cast
great.
that.
Let's get this over quickly so we can get the hell out of here.
All right, it is the skeleton's turn. So these guys are actually going to now ignore him, and they're going to go around Rizzler.
Fantabidole.
This guy's just gonna move over here a little bit. All right, so Skeleton Man's turn. Yeah, they're just gonna take some swings. First is the guy on Asher's booty. That's
There's no one
a
on mine.
that's a 3 plus not enough, so he misses. He just runs up and you're able to like you more or less trip. You go yeah, and it like misses. Barrett, that's gonna be nope. That's a 17. That'll miss. And that's a 15. That'll miss. And then we got one guy on you there, Max. That's a 15. Is that enough? No, not
That doesn't
anymore.
hit.
So him, you actually just block with the baton. So they all miss. Then this skeleton man is gonna shoot. No,
Oatmeal.
no, fucking oatmeal, dude.
I didn't do anything.
So
He's
this
innocent.
guy-
Free my mans.
that guy's
my
gonna
man.
shoot at
Yeah.
Asher,
No, he's not.
and that's a nat 20.
Oh shit!
So I'm gonna have to take 2 of these because we're doubling the damage. That is 16 points of necrotic damage as the bolt fires off stronger than before, and it blasts you in the shoulder, Asher.
That's. I'm gonna just, whenever you get hit by the shoulder, you're like, oh, you put an arm over your hand over where you get hit. I'm just gonna
Okay.
like, oh, and then like brush
you're
it
gonna do
off
the-
because I'm
you're gonna
swagger.
do the Vegeta pose.
Jeez.
No, I'm gonna like
Yeah,
brush it
Vegeta
off.
pose.
I
He's
thought for a
always,
second he was doing the Vegeta pose, like,
Yeah.
like always gripping his shoulder.
yeah,
no
poor
matter where he
Vegeta's
is.
always just hurt.
I
All
do
right.
have his leg broken. He'd still grip his shoulder.
Exactly, yeah.
All right, Barrett. On the start of your turn, because it's now your turn, since you're in the dark, smoky cloud,
Okay.
you take. There we go. You take 2. You take 6 points of cold damage.
I have
you have lung
resistance to
cancer.
cold.
By the way, who is this
Okay,
right
so
here?
you
Really
take 3 points. That's
Oh,
Barrett.
That's Barrett.
That's sketchy.
Yeah.
So you take
So-
3 points of cold damage.
All right. Sick. Okay.
And now you have lung cancer.
I might need you to move
I
to the side a
do.
little bit in a minute.
Right. That's cool. I'm engaged in these guys. So if I move right, I get hit. Opportunity attack.
Oh yeah, both of them attacked you. So
Damn it.
All right. Cool. Right. I like how I'm sitting here thinking this out, thinking.
yeah,
like,
tick tock, bitch. Everybody should know. All right, here's what we'll say. AJ, you're next, so know what you're doing on your turn.
All right.
Yes.
Right.
I gotta start telling
I
you
can do
who's
that.
next. Up the
I'm
bat.
just gonna go ahead, and that's 19 to hit on the top skeleton.
Okay.
Oh,
Right, that
hits.
is it.
8 damage. All right. You mean this guy here, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you swing out with your blade and you catch it in the chest. Okay. You took that damage.
Can I do something as a bonus action?
Okay.
I'm going to.
Twerk.
I'm gonna look Bjorn dead in the eyes. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Look through the skeletons. Just sort of yell, traitor, you bastard. They are no different from us, but we kept our wits about us. We knew what we were doing. We kept a level head. We are not to stay. We are to stay our blade from the innocents. You gave into it. You are no better than them. And I'm going to cast my shield aside, and I'm going to wield my sword in 2 hands.
Okay. And
So
that's-
keep in mind, my AC is now 18.
right. And that's gonna be your turn.
That is going to be my turn.
Okay. Asher Jr., you're up. What you doing? Oh, wait, hang on. At the start of your turn, since you're in the Hunger of Hadar, you will take... Oh, boy, that's 10 points of cold damage.
All right. Anyway, I'm going to cast. I just had it here. Blindness
Nice.
on this guy. He's the only guy
Okay.
that can actually. That's actually going to deal damage to me right now.
Okay.
I'm going to
So-
cast blindness on him, and reading it, you can blind or deafen a foe. Choose one creature you can see to make a Constitution saving throw. If it fails, the target is blinded or deafened. Your choice. So it's
Okay.
a Constitution save of 15.
I got 9, so he fails and he becomes
So he's
blinded.
blind. Yeah, I want him to be blind, and he's gonna be blind. He has to roll each round.
Each turn to
so-
break it? Okay.
That's right.
Gotcha.
And I'm just gonna cast straight up a firebolt as a cantrip on this guy right here.
Okay.
Also moving. I'm not gonna move away from him. I'm just gonna move right here. If that
Okay.
counts still.
That's fine, yeah. It's once you walk away from them that they get the attack of opportunity. You're just like circling them, so.
So, oh, sorry. That's not the right one. That is a 16.
That'll hit.
Okay, 2d10. It's going to be 9 points damage.
Okay. Try to remember who hasn't taken damage yet. I'm pretty sure this guy has. So you reach out and you fire the little orange bolt from your hand and you kill him.
Groovy.
By the way, King, if you're ever if it's like hard for us to like remember like initiative count and stuff like that, Roll20 does have an initiative tracker.
Huh?
Shit.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it does. Yeah, it does. I don't know where.
So if
it
we ever
is.
want to
be
use that
handy.
in the future,
I might have to start.
I think it'll make things easier on us. That way we know.
I mean, the next
Yeah.
3 people to go are all me because I have to control Rizzler. So
That's fine. That's
But I
fine.
get
I'm
what
just
you're
saying.
Hang on, let me look at the spell again. Oh, I was supposed to have. Man, a creature that ends its turn. Oh yeah, Barrett. Since you ended your turn and you're still in the shit, I need you to make a dexterity
matter.
saving throw.
Doesn't
What?
matter now. Hey, you would do it to us. You would do it to us.
Is that what
You
we agreed
forgot.
on? Is that what we said? You guys would do that, and well,
Yeah.
I would do it too if you guys do it. But okay, well, fine then.
Oh yeah, if it isn't, yeah, I do that. Like that's how I've been ruling it as a DM. Like no retroacting.
Right. I just wanted
I'm not
to be sure
gonna
we
blame
agreed
you
on
for
that.
it, but that's I'm only kidding. But
I wanted to be sure
that
we
is-
agreed on. Oh no, I don't care if I was doing it and we said we're not doing it, then I'm not gonna do it. So,
Alright,
that's
sick.
fine. So I'll be sure to do double damage next time. Gotcha.
I'll remind you. I'll remind you if I knew, but
no, it's my
you know,
bad. You know, you get to live another round. It's cool.
alright,
I'm
alright.
just gonna kill you harder now. So it is Nearcall's turn. Little cutie. I mean, he's just gonna keep shooting at you guys because you guys make it kind of easy. There's no point for him to get invested with you right now. Yeah, he's just gonna shoot you. Actually, no. You know what? He's gonna put the bow away, and he is going to fire at. He's gonna fire at AJ. He's gonna fire
Motherfucker.
2. Well, they want to take you guys down, so he's gonna fire 2 Eldritch blasts at you.
Oh, okay, so might as well just call me dead.
Well, hang on. That one is. Oh no, that's a 16 to hit. Yeah, that'll hit.
Yeah, that hits.
And then that one's a 15 to hit, which I think also hits.
That one also hits.
Yeah, well,
Hang on.
Yes,
you
just
might.
gonna let you know that I'm downed.
You don't know how much damage it could be.
It's an
Thanks,
Eldritch
David.
Blast.
How much health do you have left?
3.
Much.
Not much. Well, he rolled kind of shit. That's only 6 points from total. Of force
Total?
damage. Yeah.
yeah, total 6 points.
Good.
So he fires
Yes.
both, and you're able to bring your arms up, and they just kind of bounce into your arms. And although they do bruise, it doesn't hurt that bad.
I'm gonna, while coughing up blood. Yes, you got.
Okay. On Rizzler's turn, he's going to just kind of walk over here on their side, but he's going to say, because like maybe he'd say it, I don't know. Guys, maybe we should just stop this. I don't want anyone else to get hurt, and I think it's worth believing in Bjorn for this. That's just what he's going to say. And if you choose to do nothing about it, that's by all means. Kristoff's turn.
You're such
He-
a pussy, Rizzler.
He's gonna run in. Let's make this interesting. And he's gonna run up to you, Barrett, and he is going to
Kick you in the balls.
He's gonna attack you with his lightning hammer.
Lightning
So-
hammer.
Let's see if he rolls any better. No, that's an 11. And that is 25. So that one will hit. All right. 2. Ooh! That is. Okay, so that is going to be 16 bludgeoning plus
Don't bother, I'm dead. Or well, I'm down.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
All right, so as you hold that pose, he runs up, smashes you in the face with the hammer, and you flip backwards and you fall. You're not unconscious, but you're downed and out, basically.
Alright, cool.
Perhaps one day we will be on the same side. As you lay there, just kind of thing.
Yeah, okay.
Actively makes that noise.
Okay, and then can he do anything else? I don't think so. So, Max, you're gonna be up next here, and yeah, I think that's all he's gonna be able to do on his turn. So
I'm going to attack the skeleton who's in front of me again.
Hold up, you just started your turn. This isn't Retro doing it. You take 5 points of cold damage. I remember that time, bitch, because you're inside the smoke. So
thank you for letting me know.
You're welcome.
So you remembered for me.
All right, so I'm gonna roll to attack with my club. That's a 16 to hit.
That'll hit.
And then I twat him on the head for an 8 damage.
All right, so yeah, you smack this guy down.
Yeah. And upon seeing Bjorn, the Barrett fall, Rizzler changing his mind, Bjorn over there having chawed fucking Barrett's spear. Can't move, by the way. That's not yours.
Bjorn's up next. Yeah.
I step out of the fucking aura, the bubble of sorts, and I kind of just let myself fall. Like, I sit down on the steps, but quite heavily. Like, I'm just too exhausted for this shit. If you fuckers are gonna leave, you better leave now, because I swear to God, I'm not gonna fucking join you. If having a bad life is all it takes to fucking do the shit you're gonna do, relying on darker powers, I don't fucking want to be a part of it. All of you have had horrible lives, and you all turned out horrible, and that's fine. My parents, those who bore me, didn't even fucking love me, and I turn out fine. I tried to do my best to help those around me, and look at you. You've taken indiscretions, pain, torture, and you've made it all you can fucking focus on, and you've made it your fucking objective to hurt everyone without thinking about true justice. And I tell you what, I'll let you go now, but I'm never, ever going to team up with you. You better get the fuck out of here now. I'm like holding on to like my wounds that have like been sustained. I've taken like a shitload of damage from this battle.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm sure, yeah. Well, perhaps it's time we made our grand exit then. If we have no more of a fight here to deal with, then perhaps we best go. And so, as I'm going to say, we are going to end combat, unless you really want to take them all on by yourself, AJ.
I can do it.
Christoph just kind of looks at you, like leaning back and forth, like barely able to stand with like blood leaking out, and kind of like assuming. So, that means the
you know that episode of South Park where fucking Randy goes fight.
I didn't hear no bell.
I didn't hear no bell.
I'm the best.
He's singing that to himself right now.
So as these two are going to, ooh, I moved the thing. Okay, so these two are gonna head out. The skeletons are gonna kind of go with them just because they're useful right now. This dude can't see, so he walks into the fire and burns. And he's literally just like,
like the perfect car was like,
hey, watch out.
Yeah. And so Christoph is gonna just like stand here and he's gonna hang on, let's flip horizontal. We appreciate coming to, although egregious one, an agreement of sorts. And he looks at specifically Bjorn Rizzler. It is up to the two of you what you decide to do here. Try to mend the team you have now, or if you'd like to come with us, you're more than welcome to. We'll wait around for a few minutes before you decide, and then we'll be off on our way. And he's gonna head out too.
Bjorn is gonna approach Max and, sort of kneel down in front of him. I'm sorry it had to come to this, my friend. I truly did not want this. I understand your feelings on the matter, and for a time I felt the same way that you did. But you should understand better than anyone that this situation is more complicated than it seems at first. I understand what they've done is wrong, but I can't just simply let this cycle continue. We have to try something else. And if it means giving them a chance, then so be it.
Don't you fucking see it? I wanted to make sure the true justice would be what would prevail. I wanted what you want. All I wanted to do was ensure that they wouldn't be able to escape our sights. That's all it was. All they had to do was just allow themselves to sit in confinement for as long as it was, so that we could work it out. I know that the Knights Justice might have grievances with fucking Barrett and maybe us now, but if it meant true justice was being served and people were being dealt what they deserved, then they would probably be more lenient of getting them what they needed if it meant that people who needed to be punished were punished. But you, don't you ever call me your friend again. I trusted you. I thought you, of all of them, would be the most sound-minded. I don't even want to fucking look at you.
Man, I'm getting emotional.
I'm getting hard.
You always gotta ruin it, don't you?
God damn it.
And before they leave, Asher has like a busted lip, but he tries to like spit on the floor in front of whoever is closest to him.
He just spits
but
on
he kind of
himself.
messes up, so spit just like dribbles on his lip. He's like, "That was for you."
For the record, I only interrupted because King interrupted. I was going to say...
No, it's fine. I don't hold it against you. I really don't. At the end of the day, we are meant to be heroes. We are meant to want justice. But there is a line we must never cross. And that line is when we start risking our integrity for the sake of a lucky guess. Letting them go. Hearing the others, I believe in their cause, and I want to help them. But there's something about Kristoff that I just don't... It doesn't feel right. Please. If you're gonna go, I want you to go, but I want you to keep on your fucking toes.
You know that. Bjorn is holding back tears, but as he begins to get up and walk away, and he's got his back turned to all of you, so you can't see it, but a tear really starts to scroll down his face, and I wish you all well, and I hope that one day you'll see that what I did was in everyone's best interest. And he leaves.
Okay. So, here I'm at a bit of an impasse right here, because Rizzler can't, he can't make the decision for himself.
Mm-hmm.
Can you DM him and see if he'll respond?
I can try.
You can certainly
I
try.
would say, if I had to hazard a guess, I would say he would be going with Bjorn.
That's kind of, because the fact that he took his side, I think he'll go with it. I mean, he doesn't really have anything against you guys. I'm going to say for the, I hate you all so much, and I just want it to stop. Okay? Oatmeal, I know you're the one doing it, you bitch.
It wasn't me.
So we'll say for right now, he doesn't say anything, and he just kind of follows Bjorn, but you can tell on his face, at least, he's very troubled by the decision, so...
I think, it's like he said, when he initially said to go over to my side, he was like, the only reason I'm doing this is because I see the merit in your decision, and I want to make sure that these guys are being watched after and they don't do anything else.
Yes. So actually, as you guys are standing there all beaten up, Barrett does get up because as he passed by, Kristoff touched him and lay on hands pooled him 1 HP. So.
All right, cool.
Good paladin.
So after a hard-fought battle and possible betrayal, I think the most responsible and the thing that brings me the most satisfaction right now would be to cut the music and say, and that's where we're ending today's session, bitches.
Holy fuck.
So,
a level up. Come on.
Guys, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
No,
So-
it's fine. It's better for the story. I do like it. I like the approach that we're going.
keep in mind, we are at a bit of an issue right now because this isn't like, I'm going to go do this thing. Like, you literally have 2 people willingly going with the villain, quote unquote.
Yeah.
So we might have to discuss where we go from here because I didn't want to just like cut in and be like, no, you guys can't do this because I don't think that's right. I was fully prepared for something like to push you guys morally. I didn't expect you guys to like split completely.
Split the party, yeah.
I didn't think you'd do that. I mean, and I didn't want to interrupt it because I allowed this to happen. It's on me for letting it get to that point, but I'm not going to stop it now. So we need to figure out where we want to go from here, kind of thing.